All right, so this is Hidden Heavens, Campaign 6, Session 2, title to be determined. Allow me to play the session recap. Never before heard.
The briefly shattered window and sighs. It is still raining in this strange place, and the cold seeps into his weary bones. His other self is still alive. Still alive. He settles down at the desk and picks up his golden quill and dips it into the black ink and begins to write. A story, of course. Not just any story, the story. A story of life and magic and wonder. A life of many lives yet lived, and lives lived before. He always felt somewhat poetic near the beginning, but somehow, partway through, he always felt he needed to try again. After all, if the story didn't progress to finality, the heroes didn't find the Nine and solve the crisis of worlds, what was the point? There are, of course, many endings, many books, many writings, trials, and attempts. But he shouldn't focus on those. This version. This was the one. He could feel it in his old, scarred bones. Falling through the air, meeting an unlikely ally and an unwanted investor, they left their place of landing and traveled to redeem a debt and gain their footing. Through the air, smuggled by a friend aged beyond his years, they landed but through the grace of each other. The beast of the sands lie in wait, of course. It was not sentient, but it was smart. It knew patterns where food ought to be and waited surreptitiously. A fin glided through the earth like it was water. It is then that they noticed a vessel entrenched, and through a tool designed to extract hidden abilities, they freed it and sent it down once more. And so they went deep into the hidden cavern, and as predicted, escaped with their lives and two tools. One, a key to finish their destiny, and one, a friend, so wise as to know everything, but able to say nothing. And then, of course, the ferrymen came, as they directed the airship towards a streak of light from a dark sky. The quill lifted from the page, and the author scratched his scraggly beard. Not his best work, he thought, but it would do. It would do for now.
All right. Before we get
So
started,
the author,
thoughts?
the author.
Where's that mic at?
Hmm?
The mic quality is so much better.
Whose?
The author. Excuse me, the
Oh
author's.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is that your mic or?
That's not my mic. You think that sounds like me? We sound like two different people because we are two different people.
I
Is
assumed it was
that
just the mic difference.
is that all that does
That
that?
yeah, that's all.
Gotcha.
Oh,
He does a
okay.
good job at that.
He narrates that. So
Hmm.
yeah. All right.
Okay.
So you guys are currently on an airship, and you're sailing as the sun rises from a night of rain and trepidation and many questions. And sure
Are
enough,
we?
huh?
Sorry, you finish what you're saying.
And then sure enough, you see it far below as Buttons calls the ship to stop. The ship grinds to a halt and just kind of slides down slowly above the earth as you see a crater of crystal and a heart of crystal inside.
Did we not sleep at all? I'm assuming. Hell, are we tired?
No,
Okay, okay.
So Braden's going to approach the side of the ship. He's going to kind of grip onto the rails and kind of lean over a little bit. And he's going to kind of raise an eyebrow, taking in the sight, kind of peer over his shoulder and kind of call out. Well, it looks like Jeb wasn't lying about the crystals, at least. What the hell is that?
I'll come up and join Braden at the railing, but just kind of look down, not say anything.
I'll glance over. Do you think that's another one of us?
I mean, it's
Whatever we are?
surely not a coincidence, right? You ever seen something like this, Captain? He'll turn over to both the captain of the ship and to Zorua.
Buttons is going to drink his strange medicinal mixture and then just give you a smile.
Figured as much. What about you?
No, never. Well,
All of a sudden, the coil of a roped ladder flings above and goes off the side, all the way down.
Oh, we have to climb down. Yeah, okay.
I mean, to be fair, I think I'd much rather the ladder than that busted ass ring we were given earlier.
I wasn't really a fan of that either, but you're right, it's better.
All right, let's see what we're dealing with. Maybe we can figure out how we got here. Kind of give them both a nod and go to approach the ladder.
yeah, be good to have some clues, I suppose.
You all disembark?
Mhm.
Okay. Buttons goes to the edge and waves you off as he starts to sail off into the distance.
I'll look to the
Ah,
ship and wave back.
why did I think he was going to stay?
Well,
It's-
he did say
Oh.
he was a wanderer.
All
Fair
right,
enough.
let's see what we have here, right?
Sounds good.
How
Yes.
how far are we from this crater?
You're at the edge of it.
Okay.
How
Right
far,
there.
like, to the center is it? Is it like a
About 20
huge
feet.
crater?
It's about 2-3
20
feet
feet.
down from the edge of the crest.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
very. It
that's not
looks
so
to be
bad.
very sharp crystal though, so you kind of have to be kind of careful when you like slide down. But you can do it if you just pay attention.
Okay.
I think Braden's gonna kind of turn towards Noah, just kind of like take a moment to take the spear kind of off his back and kind of point towards some of the crystal. He'll say, "You ever seen anything like this before?"
Dean. No, I barely even heard of things like this.
Hmm. Well, there's answers there somewhere.
I mean, if this is what we came in, we've been through this once before, right?
Everyone roll perception, except Leon.
Okay. Yeah, back up.
4.
Braden
How
got
do
a
I
18.
roll this again? Oh yeah, I click on.
Okay, so here's what you notice, Braden. In the sky above, and it's still it's still like just barely dawn. You still see the light of the moon. It's in current crescent, and it starts to align in a certain way. And as it does, you can almost feel a streak of light come down, and the crystal in the center starts to burst with light.
I
And
think turning the tip of the spear up towards the top, towards this streak of light, he'll probably just point it out just to kind of see if the other two can notice it as well, and then I guess kind of focus his attention towards the destination of this light, and I guess he'll just kind of start approaching towards it.
it explodes.
I do not approach towards it. There we go. I think how far away is the explosion?
You start walking towards it, and it begins to immediately explode.
Okay.
Crystal seems to go far and above to the air like shrapnel.
I think instinctively kind of like raising the shield to kind of protect his face, he'll kind of take a step in front of the other two and kind of peer towards them, and I guess it's kind of like try to shoulder some of the storm for a moment.
Yeah, I raise my cloak, just kind of shield my face from debris.
Just arms up.
You look down at your shield as you feel something thump it. There's some crystal jetting out from the front of your shield. It's sticking out the other end.
Okay, I think feeling that kind of impact, like is this explosion like a continuous wave, or is it more just like a singular boom
One
and
big
then
wave.
okay, yeah. So I think standing put, kind of waiting for the shrapnel to hopefully come to a stop. He'll kind of take a moment to kind of peer at the shield, kind of inspecting what's kind of jarring out of it.
There is a man crouching.
Well, I think Braden's going to kind of lower the shield a little bit. I hope to imagine our entrances are a little bit more, I don't know, intact and safe, you'll kind of crouch down a little bit, just kind of look towards him and kind of clear his throat. You right there, buddy? You lost as well?
And you're talking to me. Am I like conscious and everything?
Yep. You become
I'm
just
s- I s-
aware. Your vision's a little blurry. You have a slight headache. It's like
Okay.
something really loud. Is this something kind of just rung like a gong above your head while you were sleeping, like a dick?
Mm. I guess kind of dazed and completely unaware of my surroundings as you kind of speak to me. Well, I guess I'll describe my character first.
Yes,
So,
please.
The Enu is a Eladrin, but I believe Eladrins are just based off of elves, right? So
Mhm.
they kind of just looks like this elf with this pale blue skin, pointy ears. He seems to have an outfit very much aligned for the cold. Very much kind of there's some fur lining in it as well. And no, he doesn't have a hood or anything on. Um, he doesn't wear any armor either. It seems to be just heavy clothing. Um, on his side, you can see something that kind of sticks out to everyone. As I created an image for the character, but I didn't save it. But I
Oh
do have
no.
an image for his weapon, which is his reskinned long sword, if I can find it. Let me just get it. There it is. I will post it in. Is there a channel? Media?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'll put it there.
Is this the one that you made yourself?
Yeah. Well, I
Oh,
had
yeah.
help making it. I didn't make it.
Okay.
But
Ooh, what the hell? That was
to his
cool.
on his right side, you can kind of see that that's attached to his waist. And as he kind of looks up to you guys, he quickly grabs at it and then splits it into two as he dual wields both of them into this. And that's obviously where they split. But he dual wields in both of his hands as he kind of quickly readies himself for a combat and just is in this combat stance and doesn't say anything but stares at you guys very warily.
Leon, do me a favor and roll me a perception check, please.
Perception, okay. First roll. +2 to perception, 15.
You notice two things that are kind of strange. One, a small amount of water starts to leak around your feet and elsewhere, actually, too. It starts to leak and almost start to very slowly fill the crater. And then two, your shadow is different.
Mm.
Roll me a history check.
-1. Wait, let me see. 0.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Roll with advantage.
Okay. 16.
Excellent. That's much better than 0. That's 16 higher than 0.
The first roll. Oh man.
I will send you what your shadow is.
Okay.
Ooh.
Do the rest of us see the water?
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. Is it
Uh,
filling like quickly?
Slowly, like slowly seeping from the ground. No real danger, just something that's gonna happen.
Does it look like it's coming from the ground, or does it look like the crystal is melting?
It's coming from the crystal.
Coming from the crystal. Is the crystal cold to the touch?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
As the water kind of fills, you'll notice. But then, does anyone know Elvish or is an elf? I guess.
I know Elvish. Yeah.
He'll shout out, "Who are you?" In Elvish.
Okay. I'll kind of, a little timidly take a half step back and put my arms kind of out in like a gesture of like, "Hey, no harm." And I'll say back in Elvish, we don't mean to hurt you or anything. I guess we kind of came like this too. We're still trying to figure it out ourselves.
Looking around, like, what's the environment like? I mean, I know it's like kind of
fucking desert in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, this is very
Slightly
foreign.
outside your comfort zone, you know.
Yeah. I'll kind of just where are we?
We're in the middle of what's the desert called?
The fucking desert.
Oh, just the desert. It doesn't have like
Osral
a name.
Desert, yeah.
The Osral Desert. Okay. We're in the middle of the Osral Desert.
Is it- He's kind of just gonna very bewildered at what's happening, and then reattach his weapons back and put it to its side. Kind of compose himself a bit, take a deep breath.
Noah will
And
kind of look and be, "Are you hurt? Are you all right?"
check myself amidst the adrenaline of kind of being in like this. I think I'm okay.
Mental checklist, still have fingers, still have toes.
Yeah, I very much like so weirdly healed, I guess, from when I was before.
Do you remember how you got here? And I'll switch to common for this.
I'm gonna cut in just before you do that.
Okay.
Say, hey, listen, I don't know what you're talking about, but this thing just exploded. Now it's flooding. Maybe we should get out of this hole.
And common he'll respond back. I guess yeah, and his common's a little strange.
Okay.
Definitely unpracticed. Compared to his Elvish, I suppose. And
Okay.
he's still very wary of you guys. Kind of walk out of the hole as it fills with water.
Okay. I'll follow them out.
And then as you kind of follow him out, it's still very much giving you glances. Still kind of making sure everyone's within his sight, within kind of just making sure that he's still very much with his guard up, I suppose.
You can tell every time you glance back at Noah, he is also not taking his eyes off you, but more of like a cautious look than it is so much like a threatening, "I got my eye on you" look.
Okay.
As we get out of the crater and we start to settle, I looked at the other two and, do you think Jeb saw all this when he found us?
I think from
Well,
what Jeb said, Bill, trying to
go ahead.
kind of make sense. You think?
Yeah. Gotcha.
He said
Well,
some shit about crystals, but we weren't conscious as far as I'm aware. So something's different.
yeah, that is odd. Uh, what's your name? What should we call you?
Kind of look around. Lianu.
Okay, Lianyu, do you remember anything before, you know, the explosion just now?
Do I remember like all that stuff that happened, or is it like, or is is it like pretty much just like I
It's like a
died
vague
and
dream.
okay. So pretty much it's like I guess the last thing I like definitely remember is like traveling, or and then like maybe the attack, or
For you,
what
it's
would it?
been just a few moments.
Okay, so pretty much my memories. I didn't forget anything because of this thing.
I
So
believe so, yeah.
um, I I was dead. I thought I was so I couldn't even I couldn't think. I was my sister was there and then she wasn't and then I I I don't know. I have to find her. There's so much. I was traveling in the middle of the nothing like whatever this place is. Desert? You called it. I was in a giant snowy landscape, about to escape it and go see the outside world, but then I was attacked, and now I'm here.
So Braden's gonna take a few steps closer towards to
You're breaking up there,
lower.
bud.
Yeah.
Someone else. I'm just gonna quickly change it quick. Apologies. All right. How's that? That should be
Yeah,
a
it's
better.
bit better.
Sounds better
Perfect.
so far, yeah.
Yeah. So Braden's gonna approach towards him and kind of offer a hand out, and he'll kind of like lower the shield and spear, and he'll kind of just look towards him and nod, and he'll say, I think we're all a little bit lost and confused, and we're trying to find answers. I think we all don't really know what's going on, but we're all on a path to figure it out.
Are you guys figuring out what?
Hold on 1 second, real quick. Chime, can you do me a favor?
Yep.
On your
Mhm.
Discord, can you turn on noise suppression?
Yep.
All right, now when you talk, there shouldn't be an issue.
In response to that, you said you thought you died?
I assume I was, unless I was saved by someone. I don't know what happened.
I mean, that's the last thing I remember too. At least thinking I died.
Everyone else are too similar, or
I don't know. We haven't really talked about it yet, guys.
Is that the conversation we're ready to have?
I guess we're not ready to. No.
Shit.
this place is kind of hot. As he kind of airs himself out a bit.
Says the man
we-
wearing layers of furs and.
Yeah. Maybe we should find a cooler place or something. I don't know. Maybe was there anything around here?
Looks at the airship in the distance.
Oh.
I think so. You said the crystal is cool and it's leaking water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I kind of examine the water to see if it looks or feels drinkable?
It seems drinkable.
Okay. I think I have like a water skin or something, which I would like to fill up with that.
I would say that your character, unless they have an int of 8 or less, would probably have purchased a water skin.
Yeah.
Going into the middle of the fucking desert.
Okay. Then yes, then I would fill up my water skin with what seems to be water. I don't see any shelter nearby, but I don't know quite how drinkable this is, but it'll at least keep us cool for the time being.
Am I parched at all? Or like hungry?
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna check to make sure that I have water now that I see him in a very dry desert, which I
You have
believe
whatever rations you would have had on you before.
Yeah, I still got that, so I don't need to grab anything.
I will say this though, all of you, like those who were awake on the airship, you're kind of thinking back on it. You haven't eaten in a long time, but you don't feel hungry.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what you mean. I had an excellent muffin.
True. And cookies.
And cookies.
But yeah, all right, fair.
It's been at least a solid day since you ate, and you're not hungry.
I almost feel like Noah wouldn't even notice that right now. He's still too anxious and wound up.
What are you all doing here anyway? How did you find me?
Some bright lights, I guess.
When we were found, the person that found us described a similar thing to what we saw. We're in a similar boat to you. Well, not anymore, at least. I guess we're trying to find out how we got here as well. We're hoping that you might have some answers, but I think we're in the same position.
I don't know anything. Sorry. Let's introduce each other, everyone. I'd like to get to know at least everyone's names. I mean, I'm Leonio. Who are you all?
So Braden kind of tilts his head down towards him and he says, I'm Braden. I'm also lost and confused.
I kind of look to everyone else.
I am Noah. I am also not really used to the desert.
That makes all of us. I am Zera, and I have no idea what's going on here.
I guess we're all equally confused. I guess thanks for finding me rather than leaving me alone. But I'm still not. I'll let you know I'm not trusting you guys completely yet.
I think
Probably
you're
right not to.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't seem like any of us are really at that point just yet.
Zerwa, check your DMs.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Well,
Can everyone roll me a perception check as well, please?
mhm.
Okay.
7.
An 8.
9.
79, come on, 10. 10. No! 8.
Oh,
Oh my god. Leon, you notice something kind of strange up above you. It's almost like a bat. It's flying really high. And it's
Kinda look-
very slowly circling your party.
I kind of look up at it. What's that? Kind of point it out.
I'm assuming the rest of us can't really make it out or see it.
You can see it vaguely once it's pointed
Okay.
out to you, but it's definitely like hard to see.
Okay. Just kind of looks like a bird. I don't really know what
It's
lives
not
out
any
here, though.
bird I know.
Well, if something lives out here, we must not be surrounded by nothing for that far, right?
The positive look.
The one.
Kind of inspecting it. Is there anything that like, is it like, circling kind of like to, like, is there like, can I see if it's like consistently doing it in the same? Like, has it been there? I don't know how I'm trying to word this.
Does it look like it's circling us, basically?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
you said
said
it was
that.
circling us, but
Okay.
is it like descending or at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Unsettling.
Well, now might not be the best time to. Well, I guess there isn't really a best time to ask this, but does anybody actually know how to get back to the city? Our ship kind of flew away.
I guess I should say this. This is my first time really outside of the Icy Abyss, if anyone knows what that is.
Is that a name of something that we would have heard of before, potentially?
If you're from here, yes.
If you're from here? Okay, so we recognize the name then.
If you're from this place, yes.
This
Like,
place being like this world or continent,
Correct.
kind of.
okay, then yes, okay.
It
And
is
is that
an
to the
icy
north, to the
hellscape
south?
where nothing really lives.
Okay.
Straight over Braden's head. He kind of looks towards him and just kind of gives a shrug. And he says, look, I can hardly recall the name of the city we were just in, to be honest. Do we know how long we were on the airship to get to the caverns upon leaving the city yesterday?
Portion of a day, at least.
Okay.
But you're on the second airship longer than that, so things must have changed.
Okay. So Braden's gonna, I guess, gesture around. Like, are there any kind of sand dunes or hills or anything with like potentially some higher vantage around us?
There's one big ass hill and a little bit in the distance. Yeah.
I think Braden's going to kind of just gesture his spear towards that. He says, well, I think it's fair to assume that we're all pretty lost at the moment. Maybe some higher ground over there. Someone might be able to spot something.
That's a good place to start, probably. Yeah.
It's worth a look. If we're as a group going to walk over there, I'm gonna pull out the compass and see if I can talk to it and ask it for a road.
Oh. Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
All I want is a way out. So whatever
you-
it
A way
determines
out.
that is. Yeah.
Are you doing this like secretively,
The
like
point's
so that
in
we
your
don't?
mind.
see?
I'm
I'm
kidding, I'm
looking
kidding,
at it,
I'm
but
kidding.
like, oh,
I'm kidding.
I mean, not
Let's
wrong,
not go
really.
too dark even for me. Yeah, your compass doesn't have an ego. It's not a smart ass. It's just a.
But imagine if it did. Come on.
All right. It points northwest of your position. Not absolute,
But did it?
relative.
You said that you were trying to like say it quietly or not?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of whispering to it.
Okay.
But it's not silent. It wouldn't be
Okay.
super silent.
Gotcha. Also, while we're walking up the hill, can I bring my little disc up from my neck and look to the sky? And I'll say a little something under my breath as well. And can I look at the stars and try and navigate based on the stars?
You see something that wasn't there in the image. You
I
see
see
a
something that
glorious band of light like that you saw from the airship, and it's like a trail. It goes northwest.
okay.
Roll me a history check.
Okay. And I see this through the thing, or is this not
It's
just
through
my
the
normal
thing.
sight? Okay. 15.
You remember the story. This is probably the Pilgrim's Path.
Okay. I don't know exactly if this is the right way, but I think I might know where we need to go.
I'm happy to listen to just about anything right now.
Uh, yeah. Just and I'll kind of tuck the disc back into my shirt, and I think if we head this way, I think it's northwest, based off what I can tell. It seems like I think that's the way we need to go.
I'm gonna kind of, yeah, sorry about that. I'll turn my thing on too. One sec. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of just nod and say, if you think it's that way, I guess I have reason to agree with you. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay, and I'll start
Um,
I'll start walking that way, and I'll be kind of slow and check behind me to see if everybody's keeping up and following, and with the plan. And if I notice everyone's following, then I'll start to lead the way, looking up frequently through the disc to make sure I'm following that path.
I'll keep up. Yeah.
I think as we're walking, I think Braden will take the opportunity, just like while we're kind of traveling, just start pulling out some of the crystals from the shield, and maybe kind of giving them a little bit of an inspect, just as we're kind of plodding along through the sand.
It's just one big crystal chunk, and it kind of just jabs through the shield.
hmm Okay, if it's one big crystal, I think what Braden will do as we're kind of walking is take a moment to kind of close his eyes, and just going to go ahead and use one of the stores of divine sense, just trying to get a bit of a feel for it, see if there's anything malicious or
It crumbles.
interesting he might be able to pick up. It what? Sorry.
It crumbles.
Okay.
Oh.
Into like powder or dust, or just to
To
nothing at all.
dust.
I think Braden's going to kind of look at it, kind of narrow his eyes a little bit. If there is any dust able to be salvaged, he might grab a handful of it, stuff it into his pocket.
It like
Otherwise,
goes off
he'll.
into the wind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Braden's going to kind of narrow towards it and just kind of watch the dust kind of float away. Take a little bit of a mental note, kind of continue marching.
Do the rest of us see this crumbling, or
Yeah, the crystal in his hand randomly just disintegrated.
okay? I'm gonna like I don't know where you're keeping it, but I'm gonna try to grab Noah's water skin and see if the water is still in it as well, or if we're just not supposed to take anything
The
from it.
water is in there.
Okay, I'm gonna jump back a little startled. What are you?
But
What are you
looking
doing?
behind you, you don't see the light in crystals anymore.
Did you not? I don't know. Those were gone. I didn't. I'm just gonna push the water skin back at you. I was just looking. It's fine.
Okay.
Roll me
Just
an Arcana,
wasn't
Noah.
ready for you to grab that so fast.
Me?
Noah, roll me an Arcana.
Yes, please. I'm good at that. Unless I roll bad. That's
The
not
end is
bad.
kind of staying back purposely.
17.
You get the sense it's like an inner muscle that was flexed a little bit too hard.
What was like an inner muscle?
Your divine sense.
What? What? My divine sense.
That would be Brayden, right?
Wait, what do you mean? Did you mean to say Brayden noticed that, or the?
Or Noah.
Yeah, but I don't have a divine sense, or
Oh, sorry. I got your voices confused. Apologies.
oh no,
No, all
you're
good, all
totally
good.
good. I was like,
All good, all good.
are you hinting at something? Do I have some sort of divine? Okay, okay, cool.
No,
I
no,
was
no.
so
I'm
confused.
just a dumbass. Don't worry about
No,
it.
you're totally good. I was so taken aback.
It's the second session, guys. Don't bully me.
You are a-okay. All good, man.
Perfecto. Yeah, I think feeling that Sprain's gonna kind of stop fairly abruptly and kind of take a moment just to kind of like rub at his temple, just kind of catch his breath as if he kind of like rolled something or pulled something too hard, and then kind of take a moment to compose himself and then keep going.
So I didn't notice anything from
Correct.
an Arcana.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
cool. Just making sure.
I'll let him use
Okay.
your good roll.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
We take those.
Teamwork.
You
Yeah.
see something. You see like something crest a hill in the distance. It appears to be another airship, but this one's painted black and red.
Okay. Is it flying towards us, away
It's
from
kind of like
us?
flying perpendicular.
Okay.
We try to flag it down. Would we recognize like the colors or anything?
You kind of remember, like, you remember there were certain ships that sailed on water that were black and red, and they were the colors of essentially a local mercenary group, but they only worked for one client, and that would be the powers that be from Smuggler's Bay. They essentially were paid. They were essentially their paid navy.
Okay. Would I have any reason to believe that they'd be here as well, or would this be?
This
Would
is
I
definitely
assume it's
something
unrelated?
this is out of your realm of expertise, but you wouldn't have a reason
Okay.
to not think of that. However, basically the general rule of thumb is thou shalt not fuck with them.
Yeah. Okay.
They were pretty fucking brutal.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll relay that to everybody. And just say we can flag them down if we're desperate, but be ready for it to go bad. I guess. I don't know if they have business up here. I have no idea why they would have business up here, but could be unrelated.
the
Could
ship
be related.
alters course
Towards us
Towards-
or
towards us.
I think
Okay.
Braden just kind of says, "There's not exactly a lot to see out here on these sands. They're going to stick out like a sore thumb." And I guess as they start approaching towards us, he'll just
Now
kind of
we're
shrug.
supposed to steer away. It's kind of like jockeying back and forth. Think of like a angry cat at the top of your head while driving situation.
Something wrong? Something going on up there?
It kind of like cuts kind of towards your direction, and even starts to swerve on one end, and then it finally rights itself, and a barrel drops off it.
uh
Well,
how
they
far
definitely see
away?
us.
I mean, I'll leave it to you if you think we should flag them down, Zerwa. You know much more about this than I do.
I don't know anything about this. I don't
Still
like this
isn't
desert.
much. How far away did this barrel drop? Is that
It's beginning to roll down a big hill,
okay?
kind of in your direction, at least a few hundred meters.
I mean,
Well,
we have a direction. It might be safer not to.
Okay.
It's in
I
front
don't
Should
know.
we go? It like stops in front of us.
it's kind of in the direction you're going, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
I think we can maybe safely check out whatever just got dropped, but I don't think we should ask them to stop for us. No.
The
Maybe
ship
we-
rights itself and it proceeds to go on normally.
Okay.
Maybe we
Okay.
could follow it somehow. I mean, it's going fast, but maybe its general direction. If we can at least see.
Is it going when I look up through my disc? Is it going in the same direction the path is directing?
Opposite.
The opposite way. Okay.
You could reasonably conclude it's coming from the city.
Okay. Okay. I feel like where we want to go is where it's coming from, not where it's going.
Oh,
I think you're right. Also, airships are not supposed to do that. The flipping thing.
Yeah, it seemed like something was maybe happening up there. Maybe they lost control.
That's a unfortunate hire on the crew then, but
Zero
don't
was
know.
like,
If
I'm
they
not
need
an
help,
expert, but
we're
I'm
not.
pretty sure it's
But
not supposed to do
pretty
that.
sure it's not supposed to do that.
I mean, better than sinking a
And
ship
that's
on
coming
land,
from
right?
someone who sunk a ship on
Hey.
dry land.
Hey.
All right. Well, I think we're heading towards the barrel for now.
Towards the barrel. Check it
yeah,
out.
I think we keep on marching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you guys get there in a few minutes. And as you approach, you realize the barrel's moving slightly. Would everyone like to roll
Like-
me either perception or investigation?
Okay.
Right. All right.
Investigation, please.
Ooh,
20.
21.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, dirty as well.
I got shit.
Damn.
It is
Investigation 12.
It is a preserved barrel of pickles.
Hell
Really?
yeah.
Really?
The barrel starts
Of all
to move.
things to drop.
I mean, honestly, I haven't really noticed until now, but I'm really hungry. Might as well take a few. And I'm going to start grabbing a couple out, looking them over to see if they're, in good enough condition to eat
You
before.
remove the lid.
Yes. If I can tell that they're pickles, then I'll be removing the lid.
A head pops out of the barrel. What are you doing here?
Immediately, I'm gonna like draw my weapon.
Noah jumps back and falls on his ass and kind of like scoots back like a few feet, it's like crawling almost.
Oh, my head. A gnome crawls out of the barrel.
A what crawls out?
A gnome.
A gnome. Okay.
He looks dizzy.
Holy! What were you doing in there?
You know, if I could aim. He fires a lightning blast in a different direction. Ah, those people who shipwrecked me. You look
Shipwrecked
just
you.
like them. Elves.
What?
All elves look alike to me. It's the eyes. They're not so good anymore.
The Noah's gonna kind of jerk back at the lightning and freeze up for a little bit. Go kind of silent.
Just gonna kind of keep my stance with my weapon.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, so I think Braden's gonna kind of peer down towards him and kind of like cross his arms a little bit and just kind of say, "So they threw you off the ship, or were you just rifling through the pickles on your own accord?"
He said, quote, throw that imbecile into a pickle and get rid of him. Or put him in a pickle. One of those things. I forget. My head still spins. Or are you just moving in circles?
Oh, we're quite stationary, friend.
Oh, yeah.
Look, it's been a very, very long day. We're traveling back to the city. Did you come from there?
No. I think. I mean, look, I just appeared on an airship. It was awkward. I said, hey, can I have a ride? And then they had a stick. And they just kept hitting the top of my head with it.
Appeared on an airship.
Yes.
From where?
We posted a stopwatch. North.
So Braden's gonna kind of look towards the others and just kind of give a shrug. Like the expression kind of dancing over his features. He definitely just kind of looks fed up. He kind of takes like a breath, trying to calm himself, and he kind of peers back towards the gnome. He says, "And what were you doing, North?"
I was trying to find my cat. She was stuck up a tree. Well, I mean, she flew up there, but like that's her fault, you know. But look, apparently, if you just leave him up there, it's considered rude. Anyway, he kind of like licks his finger and sticks it in the air. Anyone know how to get service around here?
Yana's just gonna kind of give him this questionable like head tilt. As to the nature of this gnome.
Friend, there aren't many trees around here. I think you might have gotten lost.
Oh, that's true. You know? Of course, last time I saw this place, I'm pretty sure it was a forest. I think.
What? You've been here before and it wasn't a desert?
I mean, I could just be mislocated.
Gonna say that sounds likely. How long were you on that ship?
All of an hour and 20 minutes?
Huh.
I think. I got hit a lot.
Can't imagine why.
I know. How rude of them. And you know what? You guy lets off lightning one time by accident, and you just never hear the end of it.
Noah's gonna kind of right himself and stand up. Take kind of a sheepish half step behind Zerwa, and then look in this gnome's direction, but not really make eye contact. Well, we're headed towards the city, we think. If you need to get back somewhere.
Oh, the city? It's that way. He points a different direction than what you know to be true.
Yeah, I don't
I mean,
feel
it's
like
a long way
that's
around. It's like a few hundred extra, however many miles. It's all a big circle, you know.
Do you know
Yeah.
where you are?
Yes. I can confidently say that I'm here.
Yana's
I
gonna
mean,
give
I
like
guess you're
another
not
like
wrong there.
questionable head tilt.
Well, we're traveling that way. If you don't want to be alone, I'm okay with you following us,
Can I ride
I
you?
think. What?
Can look. I have tiny feet. He can point to his tiny feet.
Did you say ride me?
Yeah.
I would rather you not.
Oh. Okay. Can I ride him? He points to Zerwa.
Fuck. Not happening.
No, not you. Him.
Him.
Yes. By the way, how did
Gonna
you even
kinda
get it in there?
tilt my head and look at him confused.
You
Get what and where?
did all of us know that there was the bear in the necklace, or was it just Zerwa?
I don't even think she knows in character technically.
No,
Okay.
she does not.
Okay, so none of us know about that. Cool. Just making sure.
No,
It's-
this is a necklace with a tiny figure of a bear
you know,
inside.
the giant
Very cute.
monstrosity that looks too cute to be stuck in a necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Stuck in a necklace. And I'm gonna like reach for it and look at it.
Yes. Just keep it really still. Okay? This is my stinger. He pulls out a fishing
Okay.
pole.
Oh, shit. No, I'm gonna grab it away. That's no.
And in half a second, the fishing pole expands and goes inside the necklace.
What the fuck?
And he starts to reel it back. I got a big one. Hey, can anyone stand in front of me dramatically so I can brace against them?
I'm actually gonna try. If Zerwa's trying to keep him from getting that, I'm gonna try and grab onto it and help her.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, if it's already like latched on, can I try to like unhook it? I don't know what.
it's like all you see is there's like a string going to the center of the necklace.
Huh. Okay,
I'm
so
gonna-
it's like obviously something like magical that he's doing.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out, pull from my hip what looks like a pretty chipped and beaten up dagger, and I'm gonna try and cut the line.
You hear some kind of weird noise as the metal screeches against this line.
Okay. Doesn't seem to make any purchase.
Your dagger seems a little bit less sharp.
Okay. Wasn't very sharp to begin with. That's okay.
Actually, maybe it's more sharp. I don't know how that would work.
It might be. It was not sharp before.
Yeah, I think at this point I'm just gonna I'm gonna keep tugging on the necklace and
A bear pops out.
just. Oh, what the fuck?
Roll me a
Probably
roll me a
gonna
dex
just like
save, Noah.
fall down.
Okay. Dex save. Oof. That's not a good roll. 8.
A bear falls on top of you.
No.
Noah lets out a mortified scream.
It is a polar bear wearing armor.
Wearing armor. Badass. Noah doesn't think that, but I do. Noah's just gonna try and like scramble and push its legs or whatever is on top of it.
It's on
and
top
try
of
and
you, sniffing you.
shift himself out, and or it's sniffing me.
Yes.
Okay, then he's gonna freeze up and just try and hold as still as possible, closing his eyes and turning away, like bracing himself.
So
Andrew's gonna quickly kind of look at the polar bear and be like, "What? Like what? Like just bewildered at why is it suddenly here?"
Do I still have the necklace?
yeah,
Like,
you have
am
a
I still
necklace, and it's
holding the
missing
necklace?
its center gem.
Yeah, okay. That was what I was gonna ask about.
The bear stops sniffing and looks up and notices a gnome. It squints angrily. All right, bear, I can explain.
Yeah, you better explain.
Look, last time you got really angry. The bear begins to charge at the gnome.
Oh, does he like? If he's on top of me, does he like dig into the ground and step on my chest or something?
Oh no.
Not unless you like that.
I don't, but if he was on top of me, I wouldn't be surprised if he like stepped on me.
The gnome rises into the air. and stays like just outside of polar bear range. Can you call off the thing?
Why
I
is
mean,
it?
it's a bear. Why would I call him off?
Who? What is this thing? Why is it here?
You're the one carrying it around in a necklace.
Shit.
That's animal cruelty, by the way. I mean, I put it in there, but still.
Well, I think they said the necklace was the friend that we were supposed to get, right? Is the bear the friend? This is asking in character, not.
Noah is still laying down on the ground, tense and eyes still closed, breathing kind of heavily.
I think Brayton's gonna move over towards Noah, just trying to like offer him some kind of help. He'll kind of look over and just kind of shrugs and he said, "Doubted it" or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and
The
they're still
bear
very
stops,
bewildered.
like reaching on like 2 feet and kind of like leans down, and he kind of like walks over on 4 legs towards Noah, and he just boops your nose.
The polar bear does?
Yes.
That is so fucking cute. What? Okay. So I'm still laying on the ground,
You
and I
are
look up.
You are no longer frightened. He casts courage on you.
Oh. Okay. I open my eyes after the boop. I look to him. Okay. So you're not gonna eat me. Great.
No.
And it talks.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
And you're just gonna sit in the sand,
I'm
trying
gonna
to
take
take
a
it
few.
all in.
Go ahead, sorry. I thought you were done there.
I don't. You're good. I said I was just taking it. He said he was just taking it all in. So
I'm gonna
What?
like
Oh,
take a few steps toward the gnome. And maybe like kind of put myself between the gnome and the bear, or I guess between the gnome and the rest of the party. I'm gonna need you to tell me how you knew about that. Who the fuck are you?
Hello. I am Fizzlebang. I'm a gnome. I do gnome things. And apparently, I am really disliked by most people that meet me, which makes me sad because I just want to make
Again,
friends.
can't imagine why.
I know. That's what I said. And then I get stuffed into a barrel of pickles. I'm telling you, one little bit of lightning and everyone freaks out.
That I guess I can understand. But how did you know about the what?
Oh, it's a good question. I don't remember.
You don't remember.
Roll insight.
I'm not
didn't
good at
you
that.
say you put it in there?
13.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, I kind of did that. I can. Yeah. Look, in my defense, I thought it was a different polar bear.
A different. Are you? I...
By the way, there are no polar bears in the icy abyss.
Okay, I was wondering if I would know it or not. So I kind of took like a neutral, like maybe.
They all disappeared many eons ago from a mysterious element.
Mm.
And like one day.
I'm gonna look at the bear and just kind of gently raise my hand up and bring it towards him.
He high
Can I?
fives you with a paw.
That's cooler than what I was gonna ask. Can I pet you?
He looks up reeling and he says, Sir Iceberg Snoots does not get petted. He allows those to pet him.
May you allow me to pet you?
If I find you worthy.
And how would I go about proving myself worthy?
Can you do a push-up?
I can try. And I'm gonna get down and I'm gonna try and do a push-up.
Roll strength.
My -1. Let's go.
DC at 10.
Oh! Oh, I rolled a 0. Noah cannot do a push-up. Oh no.
You tip to,
Beautiful.
the sand kind of just sinks down, you kind of just fall. It is okay, little one. You will be worthy one day.
Well, I tried.
Um,
What are you?
I am Tempest.
This doesn't tell me a whole lot, but
He walks over to Zerwa and sits and holds out a paw.
I'm just gonna like shoot one more like I'm watching you kind of stare at the gnome, and I'll kind of I
He
don't know.
puts
Is
down
he
his
as
bow.
big as me? Can I like? Do I need to kneel to like reach for the paw, or can I just grab him? I don't know.
You can touch the paw.
Yeah. I'll put my hand on the paw and
It is luxuriously soft.
just kind of look at him a little bit bewildered, I guess, and just say hello. I think.
1 second. He nods and says Boketa. Means summoner.
Okay. What was the word? Sorry.
He just gives you a formal title.
What was it though? I didn't hear it clearly.
Locator. It means summoner.
Okay. Oh. Got it.
I was gonna look to Brayden, kind of rub his arms a little bit. I can normally do one of those.
Your anxiety is gone, by the way.
No, I know. This is just embarrassment.
I know, due to the turd spell. You can all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I've been trying to be a little bit more abrasive.
So Braden looks back over towards Noah and just kind of smiles and nods. He doesn't say anything beyond that. Just kind of gives you a firm nod. And his eyes are definitely kind of followed and glued between the gnome and the bear.
Mhm.
What is this? You back to you said you put it in there. So did you?
Yeah. My bad.
My bad. Well, first off, this thing talks, I guess. Did it talk before you put it in there?
I think so. I mean, it did swear at me a lot, but then again, it was like, "Oh, I'm not the bear you think I am," and well, whoops.
Where did this bear come from?
I don't know. Where did you come from?
Well, I mean, well,
It's not like it
I'd
fell
like
out
to.
of the sky.
Well, how do you know that
Know what?
I fell out of the
You
sky?
fell out of the sky.
Well, how do you know?
I didn't. It's just an expression.
Can we just go to some kind of civilization?
I was gonna kind of walk up more confidently than you've probably seen him the entire time. If you put this bear Tempest, in the necklace, do you know someone called Grandma?
He winces. No.
That can I tell that he's lying?
He's very obviously lying.
Yeah, you're not very good at hiding that. Can you tell me what you know about her?
She's a witch or a woman.
Okay, is she trustworthy? I'm assuming you don't think so, but doesn't hurt to ask.
No one is trustworthy besides me.
I find that a little hard to believe.
I know. But it's
Thanks
true.
for answering, I guess. Do you know much about her? Does she do? What does she do? Why does she
She
want
never leaves her in.
her friend back?
And she hits me with a broom whenever she sees me.
Seems to be a recurring theme. Why she's looking for Tempest? Why did you put him in the necklace? And how did he get down in that cave?
Oh, I don't know. Things just happen.
Could you be a little more specific?
Like, he points at a piece of rock. It turns into a piece of gold. It just happens.
What?
Okay. Can
This
see I'm not
guy
going to get
is,
much from you.
Weird. I don't even. I don't think there's reasoning with this guy. I think his quite entire personality is, it just happens.
I
That's
think
the feeling I'm getting
Braden's
too.
gonna kind of nod. You can definitely see like he's kind of his fist is kind of like balled up, and he's definitely looking fairly agitated. He kind of looks towards the gnome and he says, "What happened to the necklace once you put the bear in there?
I lost it in a poker game.
To who?"
This asshole who ran it in.
Right. Figured as much. Do you know how long ago you lost it in this poker game?
Time. I have no idea. Time is weird. I kind of just. He kind of makes this weird motion.
Right. Well, let's keep going. I think.
I think while this is going on, sorry, I'm gonna be kind of just like examining this bear's paw, like it's very soft, and I wanna, look at all the toe beans and stuff, and I'm gonna very quietly ask him, I don't know about this gnome, but why were you in there? If you
The
can
polar bear
talk.
squints angrily at the gnome.
Yeah, he put you in there. Was there a reason, or is he just mean?
He nods.
He's just mean.
He nods twice.
Yeah, I figured. Listen, I don't think I summoned you,
He shakes his head.
but I can keep you away from this guy. Do you want that?
He hides behind you.
Oh, a bear hiding behind me. All right. Are you Grandma's friend? Do you want to go back to Grandma?
Roll a dex save.
Oh God.
Oh.
21.
You gracefully land on his back as he lifts you up.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah.
You notice that at the bottom, at the bottom of the back of his armor, it's like a little, almost like a little jutting bit. It acts perfectly as a seat.
Perfect. I love him.
Polar bear mounted storm sorcerer.
I'm here for it.
Badass. And a pirate to boot. Badass. Jesus.
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with him already.
He's gonna try to whisper to Zerwa, which is not very successful, by the way. It sounds like a loud buzz, like a buzzing bee, right? He's gonna say, "Mean wizard."
Mean wizard. Yeah.
Don't try to magic him. He looks at his
Noted.
paws. It bounces back.
All right. Good tip. Thank you. Then I'm gonna kind of look at the rest of the group and like shrug. So back to the city?
Yeah, I think if he's not going to be very helpful, we should just keep moving.
I would agree. I mean, do we just leave him here?
I have a scroll.
You have a scroll.
Yes.
You can get out on your own?
Well, I mean, I was gonna go to the city with it, but
The city
you take
that
us to
way
the city?
or the city that way? And I point to the two different directions we're looking at.
well, it's a gotcha spell, so He clearly mispronouncing the word gate.
Oh my
Um,
god.
I'll have you know, I am a very accomplished wizard.
We can tell.
I'm gonna
I've
pat
seen
the
better.
bear. Is he?
The bear shakes his head.
No, I didn't think so, buddy. I don't know. I think we go our separate ways.
He's going to shrug. Okay. A diamond in his a diamond in his hand evaporates, and a big door appears, and he opens it. At the other end of the door, there's Oswald.
Fuck.
We can tell it's Osriel, like it's apparent that it's
Yep.
where we're trying to go. Okay. Okay, well I don't like this guy, but I guess that is where we need to go.
I think wandering out in the sands is a terrible idea, as much as I don't trust them either.
Agreed.
The bear is looking nervously at the width of the door.
Oh, buddy.
I'm gonna look to Zarua and the sorry, Zerba and the bear. Zerba and the bear. And is he good to go?
I don't know. Can you fit, buddy? Can you make it?
Well,
This is like a small time that
I'm
the
like
door's open
mostly
to, right?
fluffy, but you know, if I just come at an angle and he tries to tries backwards, tries sideways. All right. So he gets like on his side and starts to go in that way. He makes it through the door.
Okay.
All right. I guess we go.
Yeah, Noah will follow after.
I'm gonna make sure everyone goes first, and then I'll go last.
I think Braden will just kind of sigh and step on in.
So the gnome was the first to go through, and he went to the left. And the next person goes in, they don't see him anymore.
Ugh, what a shame. What a loss.
I heard that sarcasm.
Finally.
You hear a disembodied voice.
Yeah, all right. We can do we head back? Do we I don't
Where are we?
On a hill overlooking the city.
just gonna kinda walk up to the edge of the hill and like sweep my arms out. The shittiest city in the world.
I don't think I've ever been to a city.
You're
What-
not really missing out on much.
What did the bear say in response to you asking about Grandma?
Ah, what the fuck?
What?
What the fuck? I don't like that. I I grab it and pull.
Hey!
What is happening?
You want to fill him in?
What just happened?
I just got DM'd. Your hand touches a foot.
What?
I have found the gnome, apparently.
Okay.
Just pretend like I'm not here.
That's becoming increasingly hard to do. Why are you here? I thought you just can you leave?
No response.
Is he still still there physically?
You can't see him.
Well, am I still holding his foot?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, now we know he can follow us around invisible. I don't like this guy. But
Is it what time of day is it again?
It's like dawn, right, or just after dawn?
Yeah, it's very early in the morning now.
Okay. Should we, I guess, head into the city? I mean, I don't know what's down there.
Yeah, I guess you're not really clued in on to where we're going, but we were out in the desert to do something, and we gotta head back and meet the person we were doing it for.
I think before heading back and meeting the person, it might be worthwhile finding somewhere a little bit private, having a bit of a sit down, and maybe talking through what actually happened yesterday, filling in our new friend here a little bit.
I'd be down for that, yeah.
Momo
I
is
think that
continuously
sounds
eating
quite
cookies.
smart.
Do we also still have the skeleton with us as well, or was he still on the ship?
Oh shit.
Oh, he's with you.
Good question.
Okay.
Okay.
One of his bones is now a banana.
Yeah.
One of his rib bones.
Banana.
Speaking
I
of
love it.
talking, where's that skeleton? He's been awfully quiet.
Hey, it's difficult to do so many voices at once, okay?
Oh, well, I guess he's still alive?
Yes.
I don't know,
Well,
something.
unalive.
Interesting word choice.
He's
Yeah,
here.
well. We left confused and we came back with a bear, an invisible gnome, and a skeleton that's not all made of bones.
Did we even get answers or just more questions?
I'd say it'd be more questions, yeah.
All right, well, yeah, I agree with you, Braden. We should definitely find a spot to talk.
Yeah. Do you want to do it out here, or actually, you know what? I'd love to find some shade. Maybe we can find somewhere in the city.
I think someplace a little more comfortable would be great, yeah.
Good. Good. All right. Well, look, I don't really know what's acceptable in these parts of the land, but is it okay to have a bear roaming through the city? You see that Braden definitely looks very apprehensive towards the creature.
I'm
I'm not,
civilized, you know.
Mm.
I'm not sure about a
Also,
beer
the desert is
through the
very
city.
hot.
Oh, are
I'm
we
sure we
still
could.
in a desert city, or is it like a bit more green?
The city is in the desert.
Okay.
I don't know
Yeah,
about
well,
a beer through the city, but I'm sure we could find a place to sit down, get a quiet corner.
You can always use the back room.
The back room.
Yeah. Grandma lets me sleep there. It has a bear-sized bed.
you want to head back to Grandma then?
Yeah.
Are we safe to talk around Grandma?
I think so. She gives me bear snacks.
Hmm.
It's a brand. I don't
think
know who makes it.
I don't know. It might be best if we can,
talk before that.
yeah, find a place where it's just us. At least until we figure out more about what's happening.
Probably be best.
I would agree.
All
Both of
right.
you that will
Well,
walk into the city if you so desire.
Okay. Did we notice any other like taverns or inns on the way out of town last time that we could maybe stop by this time?
Not really. There's probably a few more.
Okay.
Probably nooks and crannies here or there.
Okay. So I guess on the way towards Grandma's house, maybe do like a bit of a perimeter in the nearby streets, looking for other places like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick really close to the bear as we're walking, just so that if anybody's questioning it, I can pass it off as like he's my pet.
Aren't you riding him still?
No, I think we went through the portal like separately. So,
Oh,
well, I
okay.
mean, it could be maybe.
It's up to you.
I'll get off. We'll be walking.
I'll walk with 2
Um,
legs.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know how
Normal
difficult it is for me
mobility.
to get a drink at a bar?
What was that?
You have any idea how difficult it is for me to drink at a bar?
Probably pretty difficult. Do you drink? I'm asking a bear.
I would like to, but he looks at his paws, and he looks kind of sad.
Oh.
You know, whenever I walk in, everyone's like, why polar bear? But nobody asks how.
Has the effects of the courage spell or
Yes.
heroism or whatever it was faded by now? Okay.
Get back to your nervous, jittery self.
Hell yeah. I mean, hell yeah. Okay. Do we see after looking around for a bit, have we found another place to settle down for a little while? Even just like a restaurant, like
you
a
get to the gate.
to the gate. Okay.
Getting to the gate, is there like people walking in, or is it closed?
People are walking in. There's a line. You kind of notice a new poster at the edge of the gate, though.
Can we tell what it says?
Wanted.
Can we tell who it says?
It looks like you, but with vague inaccuracies.
Like all of us or like one of
Yep.
us? All of us. Okay.
Wanted?
Maybe we shouldn't head into town.
Yeah, maybe not. What? What did we even do? What could we have done? Fuck.
What? You guys have been here before, but like, what did you do? What did you guys do when we were here that got you enough to put on a poster?
I mean,
Nothing, as far as I know.
if you choose to believe us, yeah, nothing. We
were
talked.
I don't think criminals
really.
would go to the gate of the town that they tried to do something criminal, and I don't think criminals would go
Look at
back
the
to the
title.
town. So
The bear says. It's a royal inquest sign. Someone's looking for you on high.
oh, I assume I'm
feel-
not in there.
Correct.
I feel very conspicuous, so I'm gonna stay away from it.
I think Braden's going to say, well, at the very least, I think we need to go see this grandma and Jeb again. At least close up our business. And if this is some kind of inquest, whatever that means. Does someone wanting to talk to us?
I mean, the only people we really talked to were Grandma, Jeb, and that girl as we left. If somebody reported us for something, wouldn't it have had to be one of them?
An inquest is basically a request for information regarding an event. So, like an official request for information.
Yeah. So somebody should go up and look
So
at it.
basically, this is like a poster saying the police want to talk to you.
Okay.
Not necessarily a good thing.
Okay.
But not necessarily like wanted dead or alive, kind of.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was distracted for a moment. I didn't catch that.
I think you just said it's not criminal, but more like a.
Or I meant,
Need
yeah,
a rec-
I meant
Wanted for
before that.
questioning, not wanted to arrest.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
It wouldn't necessarily stop the guards from detaining you, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I don't exactly have anything else in this place we're in, except for whatever the hell's in here. I noticed our new friend here, Leon Yu, isn't on the poster. Maybe if we got closer, maybe you might be willing to go in talk to Grandma and see what she might say if you might have information about us.
I mean, I barely know who you are. I can talk to people, I guess, but I mean, instantly aware that I'm not from here.
I think Brayden's gonna nod. He says, "Look, we don't really know each other either. In truth, we only really awoke yesterday morning. We were in this town when we were awake, maybe an hour or two. We got up, we had a conversation, we walked to the airship. We spoke to one person one thing along the way. He kind of trails for a moment. And then we left.
I guess I can kind of try and get information as to what they want. But I really don't know where I'd go or anything.
I mean, maybe you could just talk to whatever guards at the gate, see what they know, and then bring it back to us.
I
Bad idea.
I guess I'll go do that.
I know it's kind of a lot to ask from,
I've
someone
never
we
even been to a
just
city
met.
or interacted with
The
officials.
guards are
but
currently busy beating a dragonborn.
Jesus. Okay.
Is it like obvious that like the Dragonborn causes its own beating in the sense that like
You
he did
survived, they
something?
had a conversation, it got relatively heated, and they just started beating the shit out of him.
How far away are we probably from all this?
About 10 to 15 feet.
Go hide yourselves. I'll just make sure I can find you when I come back.
Thank you. And I'll
And
start
I will
shifting out of the
walk to
crowd.
the
This
guards.
is me as the DM begging you not to split the party.
I won't
I
go
mean-
too far. I'm gonna go back to them.
Yeah, we'll stay within eye shot, just
I'm
further
just
away
letting
from
you
the
know
guards.
that there's like an open like hole where they're no longer guarding the gate while they're beating the shit out of a dragonborn. Just
Okay.
letting you guys know.
Yeah. I mean, we could
Yeah.
just go in, I guess. No telling who's looking for us inside, but skip asking questions here.
I guess if we, assuming we notice the hole before we notice that, I'll say, just go through that hole and I'll meet up with you inside. I'll try and figure out if they know anything, and I'll come back.
I'll look to the other two. Is that the plan?
Well, we don't really have much of an option but to trust him. He kind of looks towards him and just kind of gives a nod. He says, "Look, we have to go through here anyway. We got to get to the bottom of why we were sent here. I don't know about you, but I want answers."
Okay. I guess we go then.
All right. So you approach the guards. What do you say, Lanyard?
Excuse me?
Yeah, hold on. You can wait your turn.
Turn. I guess I'll wait a little bit and
Turn-based beating.
is the Dragonborn like dying? Or
He's
is it just
looking
like
very bruised. Hey, is he,
it's like
is he
not
unconscious? Oh yeah, I think so. Great. Cuff him.
what did he do?
Oh, this guy? Probably something.
Okay. Well, I have I was wondering what's going on with those posters over there. I'm not
Oh.
from this place, and
I don't know. Can't read.
did you at least know the faces or anything going on with the Inquire, wherever it is?
Look.
Did you receive any
I look
special
at someone,
instructions?
I look at the poster. That's like basically my job. Well, that and he holds up a clipboard. It has a generic drawing of a dragonborn, Yuan-ti, and orcs.
Okay.
Undesirables.
Well, I was just wondering if you knew anything. I thought I might have seen someone familiar about it.
to report anything, you can always go to the captain. He's up in the guardhouse.
I mean, if it's only a vague relation that they look similar. One of they have pretty generic looks, so and that drawing at least, so I feel like they could
Yeah,
be
it's more
applied
of
to a lot of
a
people.
check in their history, as you might say.
Hmm. Well, thank you. I'll get in line.
Just head on through.
And
Besides,
I'll
he
go.
looks at the Dragonborn in the line. We'll be busy here in a minute.
What did he say? I thought that I didn't hear what he said at first.
He looks at another Dragonborn in the line and says, I'm going to be busy here in a minute.
Okay.
Seem like friendly fellows.
Thank you. And I'll walk off, giving I'll give him a head nod or nod of head, and then walk towards the line, and then once I'll get in line, and then once I see it, they get to the Dragonborn, and they're obviously doing stuff. I'll go through the hole.
No, he's gesturing you to go through.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's the part I didn't hear. Okay. And then I'll be like, oh well, thank you, and then walk through.
As you turn the corner, you hear someone start to yell, "Oh God, he's breathing fire!"
I'll look over and kind of try and see what's going on.
The Dragonborn is currently breathing fire at the guards trying to harass him.
Is it obvious like the Dragonborn's just like he's gonna get this fire off and then get taken down probably?
Yeah. They're currently surrounding up nets.
Yeah, I'll just like okay, and keep going. And then I'll try and find everyone once I get inside. See my surroundings, I guess.
You see them hutched at the edge of an alley.
Go up to them. They barely even knew what the poster was about. Something about history is that maybe all they knew from the captain. Asked if I had anything to report, go to him, but
Interesting. Must not be that major then, I guess.
maybe they barely even knew, so they definitely think it isn't. You guys aren't a threat or anything like that.
That's something. I mean, what do we do? Do we push on? What do we do if somebody stops us?
I mean, you guys can keep to the shadows, and
Ugh.
I'll stay my way in walking through a place that I don't want to. It's obvious that Leanne is kind of very unfamiliar with this whole everyone walking one street city life.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty obvious that the only place that people really pay attention to things like that would be at official checkpoints. So you probably wouldn't have to worry about it as long as you didn't try to go to an inner district.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. All right, let's get going.
Yeah.
I'll nod and follow.
Adding a nice complication, and I'll follow and kind of like put my hand on the bear's armor and like lead him
Um,
along too.
Where exactly are we going?
Oh,
No way.
When we woke up yesterday, turns out some traveling man found us and brought us back to his inn. That's where we all woke up, and that's where we were asked to go and retrieve something for them. Don't give something to someone. I guess we kind of want a few answers around that.
Okay. I'll follow you all then.
And without further ado, you guys arrive in the alley facing the inn. There's a hunched figure in the corner in front of the inn on the opposite side of the road. Then there's the inn proper that looks a little bit different from the outside. This one has a lot more lively colors and It's got pies underneath under like kind of um, cooling in the window. You could smell it from a distance, and and you hear like a little bit of a toodle-doo from someone singing inside while cleaning.
Now, is this the? Sorry, I'm a little
It's the
confused. Are we
exact
going
same
to just like
location.
an inn, or is this is Grandma
Yeah,
and
it's the
Jeb's
same
inn?
location, but it seems different.
Huh. Okay.
I have to restart my Discord really quick,
Okay.
so I'll suddenly leave in a second here.
All good, all good.
Yeah, no worries.
This. Oh, wait, yeah. I'll wait for him to come back. And then,
Yeah.
Might be a good time for a bio break if anyone needs it.
Actually, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll quickly be right back.
I will
Can
be
do.
back.
What do you think so far, Ul?
Okay, we back. Hello?
Hello, we're on a bio break right now.
What was
Everyone will be
that?
back here in a minute or so.
Oh, okay. I'll go grab a drink then as well.
All right, I'm back. Hello.
Hello.
Yo.
All right, I'm back too.
Welcome
Cool.
back.
And we're
Thank
just
you, thank you.
missing one, I think.
Did Ren leave too?
hmm
Or did he get
Yeah,
back
he
yet?
came back and was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna get a drink then."
Gotcha. Is our plan to go back to the to Grandma's Tavern?
I mean, yeah, I figured like after we figured out that we're like wanted, apparently maybe wandering the city and finding an unfamiliar place is not the safest, so we go right
That's
back
fair.
there. But now we're there and it's different.
Okay, that's fair. That is weird.
People have been saying that a lot. You know, oh, that's weird. That's weird.
Yeah. I have a small theory about this one, but
Oh, what's that? I'm curious.
just that it's related to
Let's
like
hear
the
it.
time skip fuckery that's happening. But we'll see.
While we're waiting, I want to know everyone's opinions on this game.
So
I
many
mean, so
questions.
far, yeah, so a lot of questions. So far, I'm really enjoying it.
I am too.
Because one of the things that I've been looking for in a game is just like people who care. That sounds really silly. I
I
play a
100%
lot
feel
at
you.
like a shop in person, and it feels a lot like most people play just with their characters as vehicles to roll dice and do combat and stuff, and that's boring to me. So I've been really looking for like a homebrew world that I can get into and play with people who also want to get into it and stuff. And so far, it has that vibe. And there's definitely some growing pains because I haven't been in like a roleplay heavy campaign yet, but um, I'm really optimistic about it and I'm having a good time. So
Well, I can
I
definitely
would.
guarantee there is a lot to chew on here.
Oh yeah, I can already tell, and I'm
Mm.
sure there's only
good
going
to
to be more
know.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm honestly, I would probably say verbatim what Anna said, and on top of that, you're doing great, Anna.
Hey,
Growing pains or
thanks.
not, you're doing great. Everyone is.
Not to
Yeah.
mention, you saw the polar bear and you were like, yes.
Absolutely. I love him.
You
I love
know,
him in and out of character.
the more things change, the more they stay the same, it turns out.
Yeah.
It's one of
But
my
you
little
got
like useless character facts is about like she just loves cats. And then I've been given an animal, like, yeah, perfect.
I
Oh, I
could
can
kind
think
of
of one
tell.
character that's going to come up soon.
I could tell when you
Oh my God.
really focus on the toe beans of the polar bear.
I love
So there is some sort of
I'm
animal
actually
animal
like
lover there.
horrifically allergic to cats in real life too, so I
Are
can't
you?
like
Oh,
have
that's so
pets or
sad.
anything. It's really bad.
That's so sad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is what it is.
My fiance's the same way, and she loves cats too. She want to be able to like rub her. I remember she learned not to do it because as a kid, she was at a friend's house and they had a kitty cat. It was like a little itty bitty kitty. And like, it's just a tiny kitty, and she like let it play with her, and then she rubbed her face all over it, and then she came home crying because she's like, I can't breathe.
Oh,
Oh,
Speaking
Still
of,
worth
I
how
it.
is she doing?
Oh, she's doing pretty good. Still working an ass load, but we're looking to buy a house.
oh yeah.
Good
nice.
luck. You'll need a loan of $500,000.
Yeah. Yeah, I recently-ish, it's been a few months, went to visit my mother-in-law and got to pet my partner's cat. It was the first cat that I'd pet in like 20 years, and then I had to like wash my hands immediately and stuff, but I didn't die. It was great.
Worth it.
Well, and they make this cat food that what it does is it neutralizes the enzyme that causes in their saliva that causes the allergy.
Yeah,
And so
it
what
doesn't.
happens is when they
It's
lick
not like
themselves,
strong enough for
yeah, it
me.
gets them around there. But from what I
Yeah,
understand, it works really well.
I don't know. It's like, sorry, my mouth is full. Hold on. It's like I could die, so I kind of just don't want to find out. You know, I don't really want to test it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, well, fortunately, if you're that allergic, you know like immediately when entering an area that's been like
Oh
eaten
yeah,
by cats.
yeah, for
So if
sure.
they do that, then you'll know like fairly immediately if it works without having to really test it too hard. But I'm looking at a new job opportunity with GenSpark. We'll uh, I don't know. I haven't heard back yet, but they'll pay a stipend while I go through their classes, and then get placed with a company that starts at 70 to 120K, depending on the
With
course.
who?
JetSpark.
GenSpark?
Yep.
What is that?
It's an IT placement company. They basically, what they do is they're like a headhunter group. You recruit and then train and then place. Think of them like a high-end temp agency. Except they train you well, instead of just like getting people off the street that could do anything. Are you back yet, Leonie? Think that was a no.
That was exciting.
All right, so who's your guys' favorite character so far besides the bear?
Grandma.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm a big
The
fan of
author,
Buttons,
obviously.
the off-screen character.
Unfortunately, they have yet to meet my actual favorite character.
Yeah, that one might be a slow burn there, bud. Of course, it may not take as long as last campaign.
Okay, but to be fair, they technically had a chance to meet him like session 2. But they
Okay,
just
I'm
ran.
back.
Welcome back.
Yo.
Welcome back.
All right. So you guys have arrived at the end to recap the scene. The end has changed. It's definitely still the same end, except now it looks a lot more lively and a lot more like colorful, almost whimsy. And there's also a huddled figure that's coughing and looks sick in the opposite end of the corner, like on the opposite side of the street.
I'm gonna ignore the person coughing.
Is this the right place?
It's definitely the right place.
It looks so different.
Now, does it look like changes that would have taken more than a day to make for sure? Or is it like
It seems like
conceivably
that,
it could
but you
just be
can't
more
quite put your
crowded?
finger on it.
Okay.
So Braden's going to kind of survey the building and kind of just scratch the side of his head, and just kind of shaking his head, just peering around to the others, and he says, "You know, the longer I'm in this place, the more frustrated I seem to be getting. Let's just
Tell me
get some
more.
answers."
Tell me about
Yeah?
it, says a disembodied voice.
Braden's going to kind of like shake his head to try to like shake it free, and he'll just kind of turn towards the door and approach it. And if no one says anything, he'll knock on the door or just open it up if it's open.
Yeah. I'll hesitate for a few seconds and then follow behind.
It's definitely the same end.
I'll follow as well.
Coming in last, kind of trying to figure out really what this place is, because he's never really been to an inn either.
So stepping inside, I think the first thing that Braden's going to try and do is try to notice any familiar faces, specifically Jeb or Grandma.
Both
Just
of
kind
them.
of scanning the room.
Jeb is tending the bar. Grandma is currently in. You can see her in the back cooking and then cleaning.
Do they look the same, or do they look slightly altered like the end does?
They look the same.
The same. Okay.
I think approaching towards them. I mean, is the back accessible to us, or do we just see kind of Grandma through
There's
like a
like
slit,
a
like hole in the
employees only
wall?
sign, but yeah, it's accessible.
Okay, I think what Braden's going to do is approach towards the bar, towards Jeb, and just kind of shoot him a smile and just kind of say, "We're back. We're going out back."
He sees you enter, and he walks over to a group of patrons and taps on one guy's shoulder and points to your group. The guy that he pointed to like visibly curses, and he starts counting out gold.
You're still making bets.
Yeah,
Some things don't change.
Hedge. I gotta hedge my bets, And he starts counting out gold to a person. A smaller amount.
Right. Well, I guess we're glad something good came from it. We're gonna go out back and have a bit of a talk.
Oh, that's fine. He tosses you the remainder of the pouch. It's your pay.
I think Brett will just take it and kind of offer it behind himself to either Noah or Zuura. If either of them want to take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. And count it out when we're outside.
If we're heading out back, I'll just give a kind of an awkward nod to Jed and then head out.
The polar bear growls at Jib. Jib just rolls his eyes.
I give him a little scratch. The bear, not Jeb.
Good clarification.
You're like
Right.
reinforcing negative behavior towards Jeb.
Yes.
Yeah, lose all your money. Yeah.
Love it.
Are we like out in the alley behind the inn right now?
You are in the back room.
Back room. Okay, the one that he was talking about. Okay.
There's like a table there, a couple of desks. The wood looks kind of nice, almost imported. And as you sit down, Grandma Magnus is going to come back and say, "What can I get you, dears?"
I think just some conversation, in truth. Maybe a couple of answers sprinkled on top.
I do love Sprinkle. She starts petting the bear. Oh, he's a good pet, EJJ. She continues like that.
Yeah.
I actually I didn't get any of those pickles back there. Could we get some food? We can pay.
She says, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's on the house."
Thank you.
What's
And
your
you said you wanted
shittiest beer,
pickles?
Grandma?
What did you say, dear?
Said, what's your shittiest beer?
Well, I don't carry no, she says, S-word beer, but I do carry some good stuff.
All right. What's your least good beer?
We call it the dirt beer, but in truth be told, we call it Jeb behind his back.
Give me one of those.
She brings you a big old frothy beer.
Fuck yeah.
I see her get take that like, ooh, I just kind of wince back like, ooh, it's a lot kind of. I just kind of sit down on a chair. I assume it's like a bar kind of seating.
It's like a dinner table.
Dinner table, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit down and in silence.
I think Braden's gonna take a seat as well, and just kind of look to the other people in the room, and he's just gonna kind of take a deep breath and kind of like bring his hands to the table, kind of just strumming his fingers along the wood. I think we can all agree the last day has been honestly a fucking nightmare. I still don't really know who any of you are. I don't know where I am. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know anything. And obviously we need to have a talk to Grandma about what it is we just did. Obviously fill in our new friend here and look, in truth, maybe just take a bit of a moment to take a breath, maybe properly introduce ourselves, maybe ask a couple of quick questions. I know we're all strangers, and I think what we've gone through isn't something that strangers go through.
At the end of your sentence, Grandma Magnet is going to come back with some very tall glasses filled with some kind of frothy substance that's black and white, and it has some kind of cookie thing in it. She says, "Don't you worry about this. This is on the house. It's a rare delicacy around here. We have to import this stuff, you know. But it makes you feel good." And she's gonna put what basically amounts to an Oreo milkshake in front of each of you,
Perfect.
including the polar bear, who is currently trying to figure out how to like take it, like lift it with his paws, and he's currently just like resigning himself to moving his mouth over it and licking.
I'll take it and like set it on the floor so he doesn't have to get up on the table.
Could I
I'll
just
sit at the table.
have some water?
Okay.
Of course, dear. What kind?
Cold.
I was kidding. She hands you a glass of water.
Thank you.
Grandma,
Dear.
would I be able to ask you, could we get some privacy for maybe the next hour or two?
Yeah, no problem. I'll close up this door real good. And when it comes
Thank
scared, I'll give him a good smacking. She lifts her cloak.
Thank you very much. Before you go, I'm gonna kind of like lean back and I don't want to put my feet on the table while she's here. That's mean. But I am gonna shout, "Hey, gnome!"
Nothing responds. Except you hear some crackers.
Crackers,
Crackers.
like food
large,
or like
like the crunching of saltine crackers.
yeah. Can I hear what direction it's coming from?
Behind you.
Can I like? Would I be able to like reach for him and grab him again?
Ah! Let me go!
I want to throw him out the door and then shut it.
Grandma Magda, he comes invisible and she says, "Oh, I told you!" And she grabs a broom.
Everything I ever dreamed of. Thank you. All right. And then once the door is shut, when Grandma has chased the gnome out and we're actually alone, I'll sit back down, put my feet up on the table, say, "All
You
right,
hear muffled
I'm ready to
screaming.
answer some questions." Music to my ears.
Okay. All right.
I hate this gnome, man. I hate him. My bear doesn't like him, so I don't like him.
I think we go about this in a bit of a civil way. Where I came from, when people were inducted to certain things as a way to learn who you were, I guess, serving with and boarding and staying with, there's a bit of a tradition that maybe I could echo and share through here. Simply put, they offer a really quick description, who they are, what they know, why they're here. Everyone around the table gets one question. Try to answer it truthfully. So Brayden kind of peers around, counts people in the room, maybe to keep it fair. Obviously, I'm sure nobody here wants to disclose everything about who they are to a room full of strangers. I wouldn't blame you at all. We get one skip or one pass each. All seem fair.
Seems fair to me.
Great. Well, look, I'm happy to start us off. You obviously all know my name. I'm Brayden. I was born in Whitehaven, in the land of Valen, and from what I'm kind of piecing together, that is nowhere near this fucking place. I'm a man of faith. I'd like to consider myself a bit of a soldier.
Faith to who?
Honestly, it's a name. It's an idea. It's a belief. Where I come from, they don't have names. They don't have, I don't know. They have symbols, and he kind of taps on the kind of like on the shield. It's probably like pressed up against the side of it. It's this, I guess, the encompassment of it is basically faith in oneself to do the right thing.
By the way, the crystal embedded itself right where that symbol was.
Yeah. So Brayden still kind of taps towards his shield and kind of looks towards it and kind of shakes his head a little bit. And he says, "Look, I mean, last thing I remember, I was standing guard. And I woke up here. I don't really know what's going on. But what do you want to know?"
I mean, I don't really need to know much. I seem to know you a surface amount. And you haven't done anything terrible.
Well, let's try to keep it that way, yeah? Kind of shoots you a smile and nods. And peers towards the others in the room.
You said you were guarding something. What
Mm.
did you guard? Was that your job?
Well, in truth, I probably spent about half a year to a year patrolling the streets of Whitehaven, doing what my faith does. And you can definitely see, like, when he talks, there's some kind of expression on his features that looks a little bit uncomfortable or unsettled. And he says, we were collecting donations, we were offering blessings, offering prayers. After a while, for my honest work, they assigned me to one of the temples. There was some relics, some items, some old objects. I was guarding that, amongst other people. I remember commotion, I remember shouts, I remember stabbing, blocking, parrying, and then I woke up. I was probably only there really guarding it for less than a day. Traditionally, it's a role or a status of, well, not really much happens, to be honest. It's an honorary thing.
I see.
Uh, Maybe I can go next. Introduce myself. As I said before, I'm Lienyo. Lienyo Ophelia. I am a member of the Yuhan, which are, I suppose, in this foreign land, no one would really know what they are. I worship Selun. And I am a warrior of the Yuhan as well. We took to be quite blunt, our entire group has never left the icy abyss, so we're not very well known, I don't think, and I don't see no reason as to why I can't tell you. But I have a sister, and we were traveling to leave, actually. Our mother was taken, and we were traveling to find her. And we were attacked when we were on our way to leave, and my sister disappeared. I still don't know where she is, but it's strange. I feel still connected to her. We were in an attack. I died, but now I'm here, and I really don't know much about it, where we are, or anything, honestly. How this happened? So many questions.
I think hearing that, you definitely see, probably across from you, the man kind of nods slowly and kind of take a moment, and he says, look, I think that obviously helps me understand. Look, the only question that I have, what was the last thing that you said to your sister?
The last thing I said,
Yeah.
I wasn't able to. What I last said to her was irrelevant, honestly. The last thing she said to me, though, as I can recall, it was a voice in my head. It was weird. She said, I'm still with you." And then I supposedly, I can't. It's a little bit of a blur, but supposedly with whatever she said, and it gave me power, and I was able to defeat the giant that attacked us.
Oh wait, that's fucking sick. Sorry.
Maybe this symbol means something. He kind of lifts up a bit of his clothing to reveal his wrist, and there's a tattoo kind of thing. Right now it's a little bit weird, but it still overall is comprised of this symbol, which I will post in media. Never mind, I didn't copy it. Let me get it. And it didn't copy it again. Can I try click and drag? Nope. Okay. I have to get the image myself. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Never mind. Okay. I hate Google Docs.
Tell me about it.
I'll just screenshot it. That'll work. This symbol is on his wrist, and in the middle of it, there's a bit more intricacies. As to what they are, I don't know because it tells me what. I guess I mean, DM, do you want to tell? Does the symbol have like? I guess I'm imagining it as like it's in the middle. What it tells me.
Yeah, that's up to you.
Okay. I guess right now we'll just say it's that mark for now. But this is the symbol of my people. In case it rings any bells, does anyone know anyone that worships Saloon?
I mean, would I?
Um, so his clan's like more of a schism.
Okay.
So you would know that Saloonites are fairly famous for providing a special kind of grain to the poor and impoverished.
Little type of rain?
Grain.
Grain. Okay. Okay. I mean, I know a little bit. I've heard a story or two, I think, but nothing all that detailed.
Nothing with this symbol.
I never saw a symbol, but they described it similar to that.
I'm just trying to find others. Thank you. Is there any questions anyone has for me?
Yes, but I understand if you don't want to answer. You said your mother was taken?
Yes. About a year ago.
Why was that?
Well, our people were attacked by these outsiders, and we easily fought them off. We were not without any casualties, and we didn't find her. There was no body. We assumed she was dead, but my sister had a vision that she was alive, and I need to find her.
Is there a reason people would want her alive? Was she important in your
She's important
culture?
to me and my father and my sister. We broke our pact of isolation and decided to venture out into the world. Though we failed getting there, but I suppose maybe we didn't fail, considering where I am now.
I guess in a roundabout way, how it seems.
I suppose that she was also a a sister of Saloon, which is a group of a sect of people in our group who are very spiritually connected to Lunel or Saloon.
I see.
But even then, that's never enough to cause a break in the pack of isolation that we've had. But she's too important to us in terms of family for us to lose her.
I think I can understand that. I'm gonna kind of glance at Zerwa, who's been kind of quiet. Do you not have any questions? For either of them?
You know, I don't even think I know what I'd want to ask.
That's fair.
Been a long time since I played Get to Know You with anybody. I do have a DM question though.
Yes.
They just looking at the map, where Lianyu is from is like geographically quite close to somewhere that I would have spent a lot of time. Um, would would anybody have carried that kind of symbol, or would it have really been that isolated? Like, is it something that I would recognize? And I also, having been around a lot of people with a lot of tattoos, do I recognize that?
You will have remembered someone transiently joining and then leaving the crew who had a similar symbol. If not the exact
Okay.
same symbol, almost the same. Except you get the sense that he was a pariah in his own community. Like he was ostracized or banished.
All right, I will ask that then. So about that symbol,
Yeah.
was there someone with it who you pushed out? If you're so isolated and your people have this pact of not leaving. Sorry, I the player forgot the words that you used.
Isolation.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Um, but this symbol is of your people. I have seen it. Who would have had it elsewhere, and why?
Well, we've definitely very devout, but I guess DM. I never really mentioned anyone leaving in my backstory, but I assume that would definitely happen a lot where we banish people.
The last
Decently
time it
amount at least.
happened was before your time.
Okay. I don't know anyone that would have been pushed out. I mean, our group is very strict, I must say, in comparison to this very lax life everyone seems to be living. But I didn't know anyone that was pushed out of the group, no. But he
Hmm.
had the symbol?
Something like it. Looks familiar.
How did you, I mean, when was that?
Good question. When was that?
I mean, probably a few years before you died.
Okay, few years ago, from my perspective. 'Cause yeah, it's only been a few years.
It was an older person.
Okay. Okay. But
So basically, it was like someone that was relatively younger, and they got kicked out, and then before Leondi was around,
yeah,
and then they were
got it.
born and all that fun stuff. So
I wouldn't know anyone that was pushed out, but if it's a few years ago, I mean, I might have, but I assume you didn't say it. Did you say that? Would you have said that they were older?
Yeah, I think if I was
Okay.
trying to
Um,
explain that,
they're
I would
older
just
than.
assume that I like repeated what Theo said. So
If they're older, then I can only assume that they were pushed out long before me, and
yeah,
I don't think I'd want to know them if they were pushed out.
suppose that's fair. But
Even though I left and broke that pact, I'm still very devoted to our people and Saloon.
all right, there's a question then. Do you would you be able to go back?
I think maybe, even though they've pushed me out, or if they did push me out, I still think that if I brought my mother back, we'd be able to will our way in. Maybe I have lost my true identity of being a part of the Yuehan, but I still do think that I am one of them. Even if maybe they don't consider it, I honestly wouldn't know. We left in the darkness of the night.
Sounds like a hard choice. I'll just kind of give a nod.
Is there anyone else that has a question? I don't care too much about letting things go. I'd like to just get to know if you've known anyone else from my place, but I suppose that if anyone was to know anything about the outside or about my place or my people, then likely the people that I don't want to know. So maybe it's best that I don't know or try not to find anyone. But I mean, considering we all went through this strange death sequence, I suppose I should trust you guys. We're all connected somehow, I suppose, but how yet is only through death, I guess.
I'm sure we'll quickly find out. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
I hope so. Kind of look to everyone else, or the people who haven't gone, and kind of await their introduction.
Yeah, all right. So feet up on the table. You can kind of see there's a dagger tucked into a boot. I'm gonna take a very long drink of the shittiest beer that Grandma had.
The
All
polar bear
right.
looks up and he has whipped cream on his nose.
No, buddy. I love him. I'm gonna give him another scritch when I put the beer down. Just say, all right. So, I'm Zerwa. Not sure where I'm from, but I spent a lot of time on the docks at Free Harbor. Became a sailor. Spent most of my teenage and later years looking at the sky or looking at a compass. I don't know if I have much of a story. Just been a lot of oof. I'm gonna kind of shut my eyes for a second really hard and shake my head and take another drink.
Everyone
Did a
else,
lot
insight.
of
4.
Let's see.
huge.
4 as well.
17.
The polar bear is
What?
gonna roll insight.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
Bro,
god,
what-
he has a +8. Jesus
Let's
Christ.
go.
That's ridiculous.
And he rolled a 2. That's a 10.
Amazing. Absolutely
He is
beautiful.
too
All right,
busy
what should
acknowledging the whipped cream.
I do with those rolls?
You could roll
Or is this a
against it
you
if you want
thing?
to hide what happened.
Yeah. All right.
That
Might
would
be
be
shitty.
a deception, probably.
Yeah, that's an 11.
That barely wins.
I think I'm the only one that beats that.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you roll?
17.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you'd get an idea that something is off and that I am unsettled,
Okay.
but
You could share out of character if you so decide, not just in character, but that's up to you.
like, should I share what you DM'd me?
That's up to you.
Okay. I'll just say that I have heard a voice that shouldn't be there. But I'll just try my best to push it away and keep talking. Say
So you look like distracted in that moment.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of squint your eyebrow, being like, "What's going on?"
I will take up the first question. You don't remember much or didn't do much, you say. You didn't have a job of some kind? And he glances at the dagger in your boot. You can tell he's kind of remembering the conversation with Buttons.
Yeah. Oh, I had a job. I did lots. I don't think it's necessarily worthy of story. I was a navigator. I didn't move the boat, but I told it where to move. And I had friends, had a crew, and it was just kind of night after night, hugging the coastline, and then there was water.
The bear
You-
loudly yawns.
Does it still feel like you're trying to conceal a bunch from me?
I don't know, does it?
I mean, there's just an itty bitty, teeny tiny little detail that you were a fucking pirate, but
Okay. Okay. So
I wasn't doing much except crime. It's fine.
definitely still feel like there's a bit more of a
Yeah.
history that you don't want to
Yeah.
get out there. Okay. Okay.
I mean, it wasn't. If you want to ask me about it, I'll tell you about it. But
Okay. I mean, I think if you didn't answer with his original question, he wouldn't press it any further.
yeah.
I think Braden's just going to kind of take a moment to kind of size them up a little bit, and let some kind of silence sit between them a little bit uncomfortably for a bit, and then he'll say, "Did you only serve with the one crew in your time?"
No. There's been several, but the last one was the longest and the best. You kind of take what you can get when you're living on the streets in a harbor town for so long. But I found some people willing to teach me, and then some people willing to offer me longer term work.
Well, it did you good. It sounds like.
I did. Really did.
The polar bear is currently moving some furniture. He found that the cupboard has the rough backside. He's currently rubbing his back against it.
Nice. Let him do his thing. Is the armor in the way? Does he need help?
It seems like he can't quite get the spot.
No. I'll get up and get it for him.
He starts moving his leg.
After that, I'll come and sit back down, say, think I forgot an important detail, and I'll use prestidigitation to kind of like show an image of lightning around my hand. That's it.
He does the same, except you hear large amounts of thunder outside.
All right.
I guess, would you say your life was successful? That's really all I care about. Someone believes they've lived a successful life. Devoted to whatever they are devoted to.
I mean, feels weird to use the word was. But I suppose if you all think you died, maybe that was me too. But yeah, I think I was damn good at what I did.
That's good.
I think you proved that yesterday.
I told you. I didn't steer the ship. I just told them where to do it.
Very well.
You hear a knock on the door.
That time already. I suppose we can ask for a little more time first. But we're not leaving this without more stories. And I'll
Absolutely not.
get up and very cautiously open the door just a little bit and put my foot in the way so that if the gnome tries to get back in,
Nobody's
cannot.
there.
Nobody's at the door.
Nobody's at the door.
Who is it?
The fucking gnome again.
If only he just go. Why is he actually following us?
I don't know. There's nobody here. He was invisible. Put 2 and 2 together.
Oh, I meant that as like a why, but
Fuck knows.
Do you like carefully close the door?
Yes.
As you turn around, you see you see like on the opposite end, there's like this high window, and there's currently a cat chilling in the window.
On the inside.
It's an open window.
Oh. Well, that seems like an oversight if there's an invisible fucking gnome floating around. I would have wanted to close that beforehand. But yeah, alright.
Okay, it's closed. The cat is currently pawing at it. Are you considering if the gnome could transfigure? Is that what you're considering?
I think everyone is thinking that right now, but I think a lot of our characters do not know that.
Yeah.
I don't trust it, but I kind of want to go look at it. I'm going to go look at it closer. But I'm going to open the window just a tiny little bit and stick my hand out. But I'm not going to let it in.
You hear purring.
Oh.
Roll me perception.
Why is it always perception? Why is it always me? Oh, 18. I rolled a 19.
You see something weird. This cat has furled wings. It is a tressum.
Interesting.
Roll me a history.
11.
Given the texture of its wings, it looks almost like a bat wing. Now that you remember, it may have been what was circling you in the desert.
Oh.
Mm.
That makes sense.
Kind of look at the cat in recognition.
I'll point out the wings.
So since I've seen talking animals, were you the thing that I'll like ask you a question? Were you the thing that was circling above us, or when I awoke? I guess.
In your mind, you see an image of yourself far above.
Okay, it just telepathically told me that it was looking down, or at least it just created an image of it looking down on me while I was. Was everyone else there when that image was played to me? Like, was it in the vision? Okay, yeah. Well, he was looking down, or it was looking down on all of us. So I think it's that thing that was flying above us.
It starts to push on the door or push on the window.
I'm gonna kind of hold the window and just turn around and say,
it's going to continue to push.
Do I let it in? Do I let it in? Do we let it in? It understood you.
I suppose.
I mean, sure.
Shit, and I'll take my hand off the window and let it push the window in.
It jumps on your shoulder, then jumps past you.
Okay.
It is now chilling on a rafter.
Why is it so hard to get a little privacy?
Is this common? right, and kind of looks around. Like like between the bear and the cat, it's very clear he seems to have no like interest on either of them. It kind of like almost like a look of like annoyance, and he kind of just flicks his gaze between them.
I'm gonna kind of look up at the cat and tilt my head and stuff. I have seen a lot of stray cats. None of them with wings.
I don't think I've ever seen a cat before.
You've never seen a cat. I'm just trying to look at you.
Well, there's not much life out there. Only a couple animals that we can hunt sparsely.
Oh,
You get an
I'm gonna-
image of shock and alarm of you trying to hunt a cat.
Wait, so would there have been cats out there?
No.
Okay. I'm not gonna try and hunt you. It's cute, I guess.
yeah. And I'm gonna like put my hand up and like gesture for it to come down and see if it'll come back down.
It reaches a paw out.
No, come here. Come here. Can you come down to the table?
It squints.
Ah,
This thing is strangely sentient.
listen. He said he's never seen a cat before. Are you soft? Can you let him pet you?
I'll kind of go up to the cat and try and pet it.
It glares at you condescendingly.
Oh,
Okay, is it still like holding its paw out?
Towards Zora, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll kind of look at Zera. Like,
I don't know. And I'm just gonna like shrug, like a really, really exaggerated shrug.
maybe it wants you?
Why?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
I
Do you
guess
touch
you're
its paw?
pretty good with animals.
Yeah.
Roll me a dex save.
Oh, Dex.
Who, me or him?
Yes, you.
17.
Gravity reverses for you.
What the fuck? Crashing the fucking ceiling.
I'll try and kind of like pull her down. I assume it's just
Are
like
you
a
talking
reverse.
about Zera or the cat?
Zera.
Okay, okay.
He
Because
said-
one was a much smarter decision than the other.
I'll pull her, kind of like try and pull her down, but I assume it's like trying to pick up a body or trying to
Yeah,
just
it's
pick up
kind
her
of
entire
difficult.
weight.
After a few seconds, the spell wears off, and she floats back down.
I am going to down the rest of my beer immediately.
By the way, while you were up there, she rolled on her back to look at you.
Oh,
Baby.
baby.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you? Cute cat with wings. Can I say it in slightly agitated tone?
The cat looks at you and then she's gonna say, "You keep doing that, and I might keep you."
Keep me?
She proceeds to lick her legs. Yes.
Wait, did you say I hear that on my head or and like she says that?
Huh?
Did you say I hear that voice in my head or does the cat just speak?
The cat speaks.
Okay.
What's with all the talking animals?
Yeah, I
Good
guess.
Every
fucking
animal
question.
could talk. Most just choose not to.
What?
Okay, cat with wings. Look, what do you want with us?
I am curious. Besides, she stretches. I'm not here for you.
Then what are you here for?
To keep him away.
Who's him? Is it by chance a gnome?
Yes, cantankerous fellow.
Bless you.
Could you tell us a
Please
bit
keep
more
him
about
away.
this gnome? If you're here to keep him away, he's obviously been trying to, I suppose, pry in on us.
Do not to make a deal with him. She proceeds to clean herself.
So you've made a deal with the gnome to keep him away?
No, she says, do not make a deal with him.
Is that all you're going to tell us about him?
Under any circumstances, he is erratic.
Yeah, we could tell.
Is he in
How-
here now?
So-
No.
Okay.
So you've been tasked with keeping him away from us specifically?
No.
How
Keeping
do you
him
know
away
him?
from what?
She tilts her head. Why are you so important?
Me?
Yes.
I don't know. Why are you a cat with wings?
Why do you have 2 legs?
Because all humanoids have 2 legs.
And all Tressums have wings.
What is a tressum? Is that what you are?
Yes. I'm in a nap.
Okay. Don't know why, but this day is dealing with people that are not so helpful, I guess. One teleported us, which was helpful, but
Everybody just wants to talk in circles.
that's
I
what
have
I'm
2
people.
questions before your nap.
She opens one eye.
What's your name?
Olivia.
Are you his familiar?
Her hair sticks up.
I'll take that as a yes.
I keep him mostly limp, you might say.
Bit cryptic. I am very tired of cryptic.
You can say that again.
What'd you say the species was again?
Tressum.
Sorry, say that again?
Tressum.
Okay. Cressum or Bressum?
Tressum. You ever
Okay.
heard of a fucking Tressum before?
Nope.
TRESSYM.
Okay. Go ahead with your questions or whatever you're gonna.
Those were my questions.
Its
I'll
tail
be honest.
slowly swishes.
I don't want to keep talking in front of him.
I don't think anyone would.
But we still have stories to share. So, Olivia, if you're here keeping the gnome away, could you do so from outside the room?
She opens an eye.
Excuse me.
But I'm comfortable.
I'm sure you could be just as comfortable in the main part of the inn.
Her hair stiffens, and she flies out the window.
Cool. I'm shutting the window.
The window cracks.
What the fuck?
Well, I suppose back to no, I think was the last one.
Huh?
You
Oh, uh, yeah. I got distracted. You're right. Well, I am Noah, as you all know now. I was a thief that worked out of Zadina. I would steal from some of the local shipments that would arrive, and I would distribute them to some of the less fortunate.
well,
As soon as you say thief, I'm gonna just like look at you and raise an eyebrow.
What? I can be quiet. When I want to, people
what did you
won't see me.
steal?
Just goods from the wealthier looking shipments. Things that wouldn't be missed if only a few went missing.
Oh. Well, what made you become a thief?
Well, I myself was not the most fortunate growing up, and I had a bit of a knack for not being seen when I didn't want to. So I thought I could use that. Help others like me at least make it through the week.
Hmm.
I was somewhat had a bit of a name for myself, but not much of one.
Well, sounds like what you did was good. I'm not too sure on if a thief is good or bad. I mean, if someone stole from the Yue Han, they'd probably be killed. But in the civilization, I know that there are a lot of different perspectives on things.
I did my best not to steal from those that needed it, or those that wouldn't survive without the thing I stole. Just from what I could tell was being brought in from wealthier people, wealthier shipments and companies.
Hmm. Well, I still really honestly don't know too much about differences in wealth, and I've never really carried coin in my life. I was told about it, but otherwise I really don't even know how much value people put on things. If people put value on.
Well, unfortunately, here, without coin, can be a little difficult to get by.
Very good point. And at that point, I'm gonna pull out the bag of coins that we were given, like our payment, and put it on the table and start counting it out. It was gonna be 100 each, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like 400.
And how much does that make total, including the amount we were given before?
I think we were only given 50 before, right?
50 a piece or 50 total?
Above the table. Good question. I actually am not sure.
100 total before.
We were given 100 total before, and so now
So-
we've got 500 total.
Well,
Okay,
minus
so-
any expenses, but yeah.
Right.
So
Which-
125 each minus whatever we may have spent money on.
Well, are we playing this like Momu is still here, or are we playing this like we have?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's gonna be up to him. I mean, he says
Okay.
he may or may not play, so we'll see.
Okay.
I say for now, just play it like he was here.
Yeah, so we'll
Mhm.
play with 100 each for now, and then if he ends up dropping out, we can redistribute that. I will make
Okay.
a note of it.
Okay, thank you. How do I access? Oh, there it is. The inventory in
Yes.
this. There we go.
Also, I don't mean this as a thing to like interrupt your talking so much as like, oh, I remember this. I'm going to start doing it while you're continuing to talk. So,
Oh, that's totally good. I mean, I think he finished his piece unless others have questions.
Yeah. Kind of started eyeing others as to hand off the talking stick.
I think Braden kind of scratches his chin for a moment, kind of thinking for a bit, wondering some questions behind his eyes, and he kind of just looks at Noah and just kind of shakes his head. He says, "I don't really have any questions, to be honest."
Okay,
Well,
I was
I for
pretty
one,
good at it.
I'm sure you were. I for one at least feel a little bit better knowing who we're at least traveling with, right?
I think it's a start.
Yeah.
Nod.
Well, I think Braden's going to turn towards Lianyu, and he's just going to kind of say, "Yesterday we were tasked by someone here in this building to go and deliver a object to someone. They offered some coin, they offered a shelter. We weren't really in a position to refuse, so we set off.
Hmm.
I don't exactly know how to describe what happened, but I'm sure if someone of faith such as yourself might be able to wrap your head around. We descended into the earth. We went downstairs. We paid for a trip on a ferry across a black lake to Isle of Skulls, and this thing was there. It took our offer. It taunted us. It spoke to us. It shook us to our cause. I'm still trying to exactly comprehend what happened. Look, if you're from the sky as all of us, and we're all linked in some way, I think it's important that you understand at least what we've gone through, what we've done. I don't think you have much of a reason to trust us, but I guess I don't want to hide anything from you.
Well, considering I've told you about me, and I think I trust you guys enough to travel with you. Still not very personally trusting, but I told you a baseline about me.
Well, a baseline about all of you is, I think, better than I know anything in this place, so I'll cling to it for now. Braden's going to kind of take a moment to kind of lean over the table, kind of like looking towards this pack he's kind of put by the chair, and he's going to kind of rifle through it for a little bit. And he's going to slowly pull out a ceremonial looking dagger, which we kind of pulled from the place yesterday. As he kind of holds it up and kind of places it carefully on the table, the kind of cut at the back left of his hand is definitely still quite visible, and he kind of puts it carefully on the wood. And he kind of pauses for a moment, and he turns back to the bag and rifles through a little bit more and pulls out what looks to be a cloth of some kind of black fabric or material. It's kind of folded away quite tightly, and he kind of puts it on the table. And then he goes into the bag once more and pulls out this black-looking coin that seems to be threaded with some kind of fine hair, and he kind of rests it on the table, putting these three objects in some kind of triangle. And he kind of parts his hands, and he says, I guess these are our treasures, these are our gifts, our curses from that place. I'm totally out of my element.
The polar bear looks up from his shake and just like squints disapprovingly
So we
At
have
a person or at the objects?
at the objects.
Okay.
so we have the black coin, and then what else? Sorry, I didn't catch the other two things.
So
I forgot.
the black coin, yeah, from the ferryman.
Mm-hmm.
It was the ceremonial dagger, which wasn't
Mhm.
necessarily given as what was used for the sacrifice.
Yeah.
And then there was a black cloth, which was given by the thing from its own cape.
Okay. And then Noah, seeing those, kind of has a look of like, oh. And then he reaches into his pack and he pulls out the hourglass. And then this. Whatever this is.
Has the hourglass started to fall yet, or is it still
Still
in
suspended.
some kind of? Yeah. So Braden will gesture towards the hourglass and back to Liao Yu and kind of explain. Look, we were told that we had time to do something, and it would start when that began.
Do we have
You
any
were-
details as to what it is?
No, but I think we should figure out what exactly these things are.
We
I
were
don't know. Sorry, go on.
we were told to find the 9, I think. And didn't that thing down there say we found one?
The 9. Who told us to find the 9?
I just remember the
think I
words.
remember it too, but that wasn't
I'm not gonna
Dr.
lie, I
Jed.
remember it, and I can't remember where I remember it from.
I know it like as a player, but I think yeah.
I'm pretty sure we know it in character.
Correct.
I think well yeah, okay. So we would have a memory of this experience. Okay. So
Right?
you
Right,
were
Theo?
also told to find the 9.
That is right, Theo? That we were
Mhm.
told that in character? Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, yeah. It
Who?
was in the like the intro before we like fell with the light. There was
Yeah.
the bit with the person talking to us and then we like crashed through the mirror and stuff.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah. So none of us would have known each other at that point and would have been told that
Yeah.
individually.
And honestly, off that, I actually don't remember where I heard that from. I don't remember hearing it from anyone here.
No, me neither.
You remember it though, right?
Yeah, I remember it, and I remember something about time and some broken glass and some bright light.
What I remember clearly was the words about the 9 and some promise of forgiving sins past, present, and future. All I know is that thing, and he kind of gestures towards the black cloth on the table, graded itself amongst the 9.
Wait, so if we all heard this and remember it, Leon, did you hear the same thing? Get the same dream, I guess?
As you asked that, seems like I'm kind of listening to something already, or I'm a little bit distracted
Okay.
as I'm trying to kind of focus on something. Seems like it could be a sound, but definitely just kind of staring off into space and not very present in the moment.
Hey, do you hear something?
I just I I think I just heard I don't know. I think I just as I heard and so are the souls who come entwined
Sorry,
You're
one more
and
time?
hearing somebody talking to you.
and so are the souls who come entwined. And as I kind of say that the shadow kind of around or the shadow that my body producing from the candlelight the shadow kind of flickers for a little bit and kind of fuzzes out, and there kind of becomes like a shadow of another like it's almost as though the shadows are switching in between each other and changing. Like there's another shadow in my shadow.
And do we all see that, or is that really subtle?
Or I believe you all kind of notice it.
Okay.
DM, I think would correct me if not,
It
but
depends how you believe how firmly you believe your person's paying attention. I mean, he's like pointing it out, so it'd be pretty easy to see.
well, I mean, I'm not super noticing it. I'd assume they would kind of because I'm not looking too much, I guess, but maybe I notice it, but
The shadow looks noticeably feminine.
Okay. I guess looking down at it, is that normal for you?
well, it's I, what happened as well when I was kind of just waking up when I saw you guys, I noticed it, but I'm not too sure, honestly. A lot of things have been happening, and I suppose I can say it. It's very obviously to me the shadow of my sister,
Oh,
and there's so many weird things happening to me. I'm able to use. I was in the fight with the giant. I was able to use magic. She disappeared. I'm still not sure what's going on.
so even more questions to add to the list.
In all honesty, I think she's the one who's given me the power to use magic. She disappeared. I heard her voice, and I was able to use magic. It's the only logical explanation. I've
You're,
never been able to use magic in my life. I've only been
you're,
good with this weapon. As he kind of pulls out that strange weapon you've seen, or he pulled out against you guys.
your, your sister's letting you use magic?
Something like that. I mean, I know it's definitely the power of Saloon. I've felt it before, but it's as though it's coming through a channel of some kind. I don't know how to describe it. And when the giant attacked, this voice came to my head, and it was obviously my sister. And I was suddenly able to use magic. And my sister was gone that entire time I fought with magic.
You said you heard somebody say something about souls entwined. Was it her? Was it her voice?
Was it?
You don't know. Definitely not a voice you recognize.
I don't think it was her. I instantly recognized the voice if it was.
Okay.
I'm
Gonna
sorry.
kind of like,
I'm not sure if this is related to what you guys are saying with this 9 stuff, but it did just happen while we were speaking about it.
nah, I gotta be, something's related to something. It's all fucked. Is all I know.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that.
The polar bear looks disapprovingly at Zara.
What? You don't like me cursing?
The polar bear shakes its head.
That's a shame for you, buddy.
He continues to scratch his back.
I'll leave him to it.
Well, do we have any more questions to ask around?
I don't need to know too many details of you guys. I think the fact that we're all connected somehow with this star thing is quite honestly enough for me to trust you in almost the same way as a family would, where there's a definite connection between everyone. I don't
You don't
trust you
sound
like my family, not nearly at all, but in a sense of a professional way where we've encountered the same thing and gone through the same thing.
well. You all definitely seem uh, good enough, or confident enough, or I don't know, reliable, I guess, at what you did and whatever our past experiences were. So
I mean, if
better
family
than
is the metric, you're all trustworthy to me. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're totally good. Yeah, better than trusting some
Gnome.
that aren't really very good at what they do, I guess.
By the way, you would have noticed by now, he has torn the fuck up of that dresser.
Oh, I'm gonna let him do it. He said he's been here before. He can deal with it. He seems plenty sentient, and Grandma seems to think the same. I have a question, both in and out of character, to everybody at the table
Okay.
and the DM. What year
Yes.
is it?
You don't know.
It is that year.
I don't know. Year's never really been a thing. It's
Okay,
important
is
to
it
me.
not really a thing that's like measured in this universe or anything, or would there be like a date with a year that I would know? Like,
You
what is the
don't
last
know.
date that I remember? I just don't know.
Correct. You haven't asked
Shit.
anyone.
Well, I think you mean more like what was the last date we remember?
Yeah, that's what I'm fishing for.
Like, I guess on the day
Because
we
like,
died, what was the
yeah,
date we remember? Okay.
yeah, like, is there a calendar with a year that I would know
Yeah.
as having been like, people track this, and I would know
There
around
is.
it. Okay.
But you don't know the current date.
Okay. But
No, but would I have known like about what year it was the last time I remembered being
like,
in this previous life?
yeah.
Okay, so because in my mind it is still that year, so I want to hear what year it is for everybody else.
So what year was it for us all? Or was it different? Was it the same,
You've
I
all
guess?
died in different years.
Okay. How, like, I guess how big of a discrepancy does it seem there is between the years?
Less than a dozen.
Less than a dozen years?
Yep. In fact,
Okay.
it's almost like exactly 3 years difference.
Between each of us?
Yep.
Interesting. I don't know if it matters or will come up, but is there a way we could get, like, of the years who died earliest to latest based off what we say here?
You're killing me,
Yeah.
Smalls.
That
You
could
don't.
be a later
Yeah,
thing too.
yeah. You don't have to do it right now, or like that's maybe after session or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No. Come up with it on the spot. Let's go, kiddo.
What year is it
That's
exactly?
Yeah,
I
what
wanna-
month
okay.
is it?
Yeah.
Look, just because I came up with a tax system that's intricate for a particular country doesn't mean.
Oh, I have
Yeah,
faith in you.
I just said like Leandro doesn't care too much about dates anyway.
Yeah.
As long as he
Yeah, maybe
knows.
in your culture you wouldn't have kept track as much either,
Yeah.
or at least maybe a different calendar.
Theo hasn't gotten around to writing.
Yeah,
the
it would have
calendar
centered
portion of
around
his
his
thesis.
perception of time would have been based around his tattoo and the
Okay.
moon. So.
However many moons ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright. Thanks for humoring my
Yeah.
weird both in and out of game discussion.
Oh, that's a good question. That was a great question.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to do now, if we seem like we're done talking, I'm gonna solo go out very carefully through the door, shut it behind me, and I'm gonna go find Grandma.
It bumps into something that isn't there.
You bitch! I'm gonna kick it.
Ah!
Something
You
And
hear
I'm
wrong?
just gonna
something
keep
fall
walking.
downstairs.
That's a shame.
Sounds like she
I'm
found
gonna
her
go
gnome
find
friend.
Grandma.
Something wrong?
I've left the room.
I think she just found our gnome friend.
Where's yeah? I kind of look out the door, see nothing.
The polar bear is gonna say, "I'm feeling kind of tired," and just kind of stretch, and then he disappears.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Well,
my
that's
God.
another new thing. Speaking
Yes.
of, how long
Are you
have
like wearing that necklace, or do you just have it like in your pocket or something?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, it's in my pocket.
Okay. There's some light from your pocket for a moment.
okay?
I imagine that I wouldn't notice it because it's like at my hip and I'm going somewhere, to be honest.
Speaking of tired though, how long have we been awake since we got woken up by Jeb originally?
About a day and a half.
Day and a half, and do we feel tired?
Not nearly as much as you should.
Okay. And you said we didn't really feel very hungry either, or at all hungry?
At all.
At all hungry. Okay. Interesting.
I'm just gonna really quickly go ask Grandma what year it is, basically, and then go back. So
30-year difference.
30-year difference.
30-year difference.
All right. I will come back and not report that immediately, but
Naturally.
I'll get there, but I don't want to interrupt whatever's going on.
Yes, more secrets. Let's go.
I'm not keeping secrets. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Fine. It's fine. Yeah. I wanted to come back and also be participating in that conversation.
Okay. I
You
guess
come
when
back
you get
and you
back,
notice the polar bear is missing.
yeah.
Where's the bear?
I
He
just shrugged,
said,
disappeared.
yeah, he said he was tired and poof.
Shit. I'll pull out the necklace and look at it.
The necklace bauble looks significantly different. Would you like to roll me a perception check?
Would I like to? No, but I will. That's a 6.
I mean, the bauble's back. You can't really tell anything. It has some kind of weirdness going on with it, but you can't quite make it out.
But the bauble's back, and I'm.
Yep.
Think
I mean, he was
went
in
back
here, and I'm gonna hold it up. I can't tell. Maybe, but it's not. The gem was missing when the gnome pulled him out,
You hear
and now it's
sleepy
not
whining
missing. From the necklace?
from the necklace.
Oh,
Maybe
It's
okay,
saying,
he's
turn
in
off the
there.
light.
He's in there. I'll put it back in my pocket.
maybe it's based on how far you were. You did walk away.
Maybe. Oh, maybe.
Would you like to roll an Arcana?
Sure.
Gesture.
Oh my, fucking 6 again.
Man, you are not having a good time.
I'm not
Am-
having a good time. I can roll dex saves and nothing else.
Am I also allowed to roll Arcana there?
If she lets you study it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I'll let you look at it.
Okay.
He complains about
I'll-
the light again.
I'll glance at it. I got a 17.
This is obviously a key to a pocket space.
Okay.
You kind of look at it, and you can actually see there's actually a bear-sized mattress, a lamp, and a scratching post inside the necklace.
A scratching post? That's amazing. Oh, well, it looks like whatever this is, he's got a little home in there.
He's currently standing up and looking at the where you're looking from, with an angry sort of squint in his eye.
Okay, I know the lights. And I'll try and find whatever lanterns or fires are on. And you guys mind if I put these out?
I mean,
Alright,
it'd be in
my
total
partner
darkness,
just
but
came in here and rolled my dice, so I missed like half of that.
Or at least dim them? Maybe not turn them out, but like dim them a little bit.
Sorry.
Asking Brayden and Leon you and everyone.
Oh, sorry.
Hey,
What?
Brayden.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what was that? I was looking at something really quick.
I kind of retconned it. I was originally asking if it was okay if I turn the lights out, but I guess I'm changing it to be more like it's okay if I dim them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
Brayden just kind
Okay.
of gives a nod.
Okay, and I'll just kind of turn down the lanterns or whatever we have. If it's torches, maybe put out one of them so it's less bright.
Mm-hmm. I'll if it's dimmer, I'll actually put the necklace on this time. It kind of sits awkwardly along the bone necklace.
Oh yeah, you have the. That's right.
I do.
I forgot about that. Actually, if you're doing that, I'll probably point that out. Uh, what is that made out of?
You know, it was a gift from a friend. Uh, it's sheep bones, and I can read your fortune with it.
Oh, okay. Um, I that's definitely unique.
Would you
Uh,
like to see?
I mean, if you are willing to share, sure, I'll give it a try.
I think we could use a moment of levity here. All right,
Yeah, that sounds good.
so I'm gonna need you to roll me 4d4, but one at a time.
44, but one at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chime, check your DMs.
Yep. Shall check now.
Where's my Google Doc?
Where is the thing? Geez, oh, the D&D Beyond thing takes so long to roll.
It does. I have to use it in a different browser because it's like really fucking slow on Chrome for some reason, but it works really
Um,
fast on other browsers. I don't know why.
in the settings, just quickly, as Noah's rolling the dice out of character, is there anything going on like in character with rolling?
Yes, okay. So what it is the necklace is two different strings. So there's one main string of like longer looking bones that they kind of look like finger bones probably. And then there's a secondary string that hangs off of the front of them, which has four like smaller knuckle bones. And that gets detached and I will pour them out on the table and you are literally rolling the bones.
So
Mm.
as soon as the bones, just so while Noah's rolling, this is going to be prevalent for the moment. This DM. So as soon as the bones are rolled, uh, the second they hit the surface of the table, Braden's left hand slams the table very loudly, and he kind of springs to his feet. His right hand kind of shoots out on the table and grabs the ceremonial dagger that's sitting in the middle of the table. He kind of whips it around and looks kind of behind himself. And I'm gonna use a divine sense.
Okay. What the fuck?
All
I'll just
right, give
put
me
my
a
hands
moment.
up really
Let
fast
me
and
put
just
you into a private call.
Yeah, I
Oh,
Ooh.
I definitely jumped back almost out of my chair a little bit.
God damn.
Ooh. E.
You see yourself in the palm of a great creature. What are you?
Braden kind of peers towards it. He kind of like keeps the dagger if he's still holding it, kind of clenching tightly, and he kind of narrows his eyes and he says, "Uh, "I'll answer if you answer."
A touch of bravery. Pay with blood.
Mine or yours?
Um, you notice that like the blood stain from the dagger is gone, and so is your injury.
Okay. Braden kind of takes a moment to kind of let his gaze flick quickly towards the back of his hand. This palm that's holding him, does it look to be like the palm of whatever he's talking to? Is there any face or anything that he can see, or is it just the
There
palm?
is no face. There is only a motley of shadows.
Does the voice sound similar to what we encountered yesterday?
No.
Okay.
Well, yes. I thought you meant the
Braden kind of.
cavern. From it's like from the vision, not from the cavern.
Ah, okay. Okay. Um, so Braden kind of looks towards him and he kind of says, "I'm lost for one. What are you?"
A huge mix of shadows come together to form a woman's face. I am greater than you can imagine. I am what gods fear. and the darkness disappears.
Having a mechanical use is nice, but welcome back.
Brayden takes the dagger, kind of raises it over his right shoulder, and he just throws it into the wall by the door, away from the table.
The
Okay.
fuck?
And he kind of looks to everyone. He kind of like he's kind of standing up, and you can kind of see like his breathing's very very raspy, and he's kind of
Okay.
very very alert. And he kind of takes a moment and kind of blinks and looks around, and his eyes kind of narrow.
You okay?
Brayden, well, what's wrong?
Did you guys not see that?
No.
See what?
Do what?
The palm?
The what?
A palm?
He kind of like lowers the hand a little bit and kind of takes a moment and kind of rubs the back of his neck a little bit. And when he rubs the back of his neck, I'd say anyone that's like maybe perceptive might notice the cut on the back of his left hand's totally gone.
But there's blood in
Okay.
your hand.
And there's what? Sorry.
Now there's blood on your hand.
He kind of looks at it and kind of like rubs at the back of his palm very very quickly.
So the cut that used to be there is now not, but there's now blood on his hand.
Yep.
Okay.
Kind of looks very very
Um,
kind of frazzled. And he
Is
kinda,
your hand okay?
yeah, it's fine. I don't.
It's gone. The blood's gone.
The hand? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking that too. I was
Uh,
like, oh god, no.
Yeah.
He kind of stops for a moment and he kind of looks at everyone, very kind of concerned look, and he says, I don't know. I heard something say something." And then
Sorry, continue.
something was whispering. I stood up and it wasn't here. It was somewhere else.
The cut on his hand, when the blood goes away, does that come back?
Nope.
Or is that still gone? Okay. Wasn't there a scar on your hand before?
Hopefully it wasn't a scar. It's whatever the hell that thing did yesterday. And he kind of points to the dagger in the wall.
The cut, yeah.
Did you say you were somewhere else?
Yeah, it was dark space. It's like I was in the palm of something. I don't really know how to describe it.
It didn't look familiar.
It sounded familiar from
Sounded
somewhere, but not. No, it didn't look like anything we saw yesterday.
And you said you saw a palm.
So he kind of like opens his hand, and he kind of like points to the middle of his palm, and he's like something was holding. I you can definitely see he's like kind of struggling to string together a sentence.
Yeah.
He definitely seems very very kind of frazzled. He guys, I don't really know.
Was it just floating in space? I guess I'm struggling to understand too.
Yeah. He just kind of looks at everyone and he says, they all play their little games, but little do they know they tempt fate. And just kind of gives a shrug. Kind of takes a moment and
Brayden said that?
yeah, that's what he
Okay.
kind of echoes back.
Okay.
And he kind of takes a moment and kind of moves across the room. This way, he kind of threw the dagger, and he'll kind of put his left hand bracing the wall and right hand on the hill and kind of pull it out.
The blade disintegrates.
Oh,
In the same way the crystals do.
Kind of.
but without water, I'm assuming.
Yep.
He kind of like, as he pulls the right hand back and there's like nothing there, he kind of just like tenses and closes and opens his fists. And he kind of looks towards everyone else and he just kind of shakes his head and says, I don't really have any answers beyond that. There was something about gods fearing. I don't really understand or know, to be
Dust
honest.
seems to collect from all over the room, and it forms a blade shiny and silver, not rusted and broken like the previous one.
Is how this blade is made kind of, is it at all similar to my weapon, or?
It's sinuous.
It's what?
Sinuous.
I don't like that.
It's a fun word. Brayden's going to go ahead and use another divine sense. Kind of close his eyes, take a moment, and draw a deep breath. Almost like inhaling the room.
Wisdom save.
Ooh.
Um,
Okay, you should be good at these, right?
7.
Yeah, oh, maybe not.
You suddenly appear back, and you can't remember what happened, but you suddenly feel very nauseous and very scared.
He kind of staggers and sways and kind of almost like topples over, kind of shouldering the wall to kind of catch himself. And he kind of his gaze is kind of fixed to the floor, down.
Hey,
Noah
hey,
will,
hey! I'm gonna kind of
Your nose is
get up
bloody.
quickly and walk around the table.
yeah, I'm gonna go over to him, just kind of give him a shoulder if he needs it, or help steady him.
I'm kind of just bewildered at what's happening. Like very much trying to kind of fully understand the situation with the description he's been given and what he didn't see, and not too much focusing on Braden's condition.
Listen, it's been, I don't even know, it's been what, a day, 2 days? I think maybe we all need some rest. If somebody's hearing voices and seeing things, maybe we all just need to sleep.
I
Yeah.
kind of wish I felt tired.
Me too.
I don't really.
I feel fucking exhausted.
Is that sword still just on the ground, like across the room? The sinewy sword.
It's in his hand.
It's in his hand. Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, I think Brayden straight away just open his hand, let it kind of clang to the floor.
Um, where have you seen that before? Where did that come from?
Never in my life.
I'll kind of watch the blade fall on the floor, and while it settles, just stare at it for a second, and then you're just gonna hear her shout, "No!"
What?
Nothing. No, it's no. Don't worry. Yeah, we should rest. We should really rest.
I think
Am I
Brayden's
the only
gonna.
one not hearing voices?
I guess so.
I
Okay.
shit.
So Brayden's gonna take a moment and kind of move his right hand kind of over his shoulder and kind of grab a handful of the kind of cloak that he kind of wears over his back, and he's gonna kind of like unfasten it, just kind of throw it over the sword on the floor. Not particularly wanting to look at it and feeling very uncomfortable around it. He kind of just turns turns himself around. So he previously had a single shoulder propped up against the wall, and he kind of turns himself so his back is to the wall, and he kind of slumps down a little bit, kind of just closing his eyes, taking some breaths.
Why are you all so scared of this blade? I mean, I know it just formed in front of us, but I'm gonna, as you kind of throw it, you said you threw your cloak over it.
Yep.
I'm gonna kind of remove the cloak and kind of try and grab the blade.
It's in your hand.
I maybe wouldn't touch it.
I mean, maybe,
Noah
but
kind of freezes in place when you guys go to do that. Okay,
The
I
golden
guess I'm
sword
not.
hilt looked very fine.
I guess
why
I don't
wouldn't
know
you
you
if
guys aren't.
touch it?
something's wrong with it, but something's wrong with everything right now.
Well, it's, I mean, just a blade. I don't know what else it could do.
See Noah looking around. Okay, so I guess you're not the only ones hearing voices.
Would everyone like to roll me a perception check?
Shit.
Everyone perception?
Motherfucker.
You gotta just stop rolling perception. Just stop.
Well,
Oh,
I rolled a 2, so 1.
Brayden got a
Ooh.
nat 20.
Fat
Oh,
roll.
22 total.
Got a total of 7. Or 10, sorry.
You
Total
see
of 10.
the hourglass slightly suspended from where it was hanging, and it rolled once backwards.
It rolled like the hourglass itself or like the sand inside of it.
The hourglass itself.
It rolled once.
oh, so
Brayden's
like it
gonna.
flipped and is starting to. It's fine.
That's
I
what I'm
didn't-
picturing. It
like-
it
Like levitating into the air and then spinning backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Does
think Brayden's
anything else change in it? Does the sand start to shift afterwards?
Slowly, almost imperceptibly, a single bead of sand falls.
Okay.
A whisper
Whatever.
surrounds all of you, and so it begins.
And we all hear that?
Yep.
It's all the words right out of my mouth. Whatever
I'm
it
going to.
is.
Did I pick up the blade, or did I? Am I still reaching for it?
You have it.
Okay. Because I didn't technically say I picked it up. I just wanted to go, like, grab it, and then wasn't sure if I'd want to immediately grab it, but yeah, I'll have it then. So this blade has to do with something.
Add it on to the pile of questions we already have, I guess.
You all are. Go ahead.
Sorry, go on. I was just
No,
gonna say the voice that's calling out the "so it begins." Is it the same sounding voice as just before the Brayden heard? Okay.
Is that true for all of us? Is it the
Yep.
same voice that we've all been hearing? All right.
Is it the same one that I heard?
Yep.
Okay.
We all seem to have heard that last one, right?
I heard something.
Yep.
Is that the same thing we've been hearing the whole time?
It was the same voice I heard. It said something about my shadows.
What I heard too.
Yeah.
So Brayden's gonna kind of stand up, kind of still back to the wall, and he's gonna kind of take a few moments to breathe, and he's gonna turn towards Zerua, and he's gonna kind of say, I've never particularly been one of fate or omens, but I think now more than ever. And he's going to kind of take a few steps towards the table and kind of see where the bones kind of ended up. And he's going to kind of point towards them. And he says, that's all good news, right?
Yeah, what does it say?
You see her kind of roll her shoulders and shiver a little bit, and then step around the table toward the bones, take a look at them, and
They're
after a
cracked in
second, she
half.
looks and they're cracked in half.
Oh shit!
Motherfucker!
Oh, no.
Did I see them before that happened?
You know, I'm gonna
Did
tell
I,
you.
like, see the...
I'm gonna have you roll perception.
Please be something not shitty for once. 15.
Okay.
Ooh.
You saw half of them.
Saw half of them. Did I see? Okay. Did I see the two that are closer to the edge of the table or farther toward the middle?
Closer to the edge. You
All right.
notice, like, you kind of look at them and then you see them snap, and you look at the others and they're already snapped.
Well, I can't imagine that's a great sign, but for what it's worth, said it was good. And I'm just gonna give a shrug and like the weakest, most unconvincing smile. And you can see at that point it's like an unguarded smile, and you see her teeth are all like really sharp.
You see Noah's face just kind of drop, very unconvinced.
I think Braden will kind of return a similar smile, just kind of nod, take a few moments, and he's just going to kind of look around the room, look up, look down. He's going to kind of say, I think something's definitely watching us. But
Well,
I mean, I think it's clear that it has the power to probably push us all over, right? It's not for a reason.
You hear
There's
some
something.
vague singing. Come with me, and we'll be in a world of pure devastation.
Where's the sound coming from?
Everywhere.
he's gonna sue you.
Why is so much happening in this room?
I think maybe it's time to go.
Yeah.
I'll nod and
Yeah,
head in
I guess
whatever
I'll
direction they're going.
kind of walk out and try and not ignore that new singing, but just kind of walk out and see if try and make things stop happening. The things that are happening stop happening, I guess.
I'm gonna sweep up the cracked bones, put them in my pocket.
They're a little charred.
I think as we
Yeah.
approach the exit of the room, I think Braden's gonna pause for a moment, take a few steps to the left of the door where the dagger kind of made purchase into the wall. He'll kind of put his left hand over the indentation to it. He'll kind of turn back to the room and he'll kind of say, he's gonna speak in Celestial, and he's gonna say,
Okay.
I know that your words may not carry a lot of weight, but mine definitely do. He's gonna say, and I said I'll tell you mine if you told me yours. He's gonna kind of pause for a moment and kind of look around, and if there's no answer, he'll go out the door.
Leander's gonna stop and as you speak in Celestial, and kind of at least not really turn his head, but kind of stop and listen. If you like turn around, you'd notice, I guess.
I think Braden's totally focused on the room. I think it kind of goes right over him.
You hear a whisper, Braden, and it said, I already told you, Mom. You got a little scared.
So we should find Grandma, yeah?
Yeah, it's a good idea. Braden's just gonna kind of close the door to the room as we all, assuming we all exit. Sorry.
The skeleton is downstairs helping Grandma serve patrons.
Hell yeah. We can. I think that he would be a very good employee,
Agreed.
Mr. Milk Dud.
Right, so we're heading downstairs and walking up to Grandma.
Well, how you doing? How did your meeting go? Did you have a good time?
Is that room
No.
haunted?
Well, I don't think so. Well, it's only been, she counts, 3 deaths in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So is it still like early midday now, probably?
It's getting long towards the evening now.
Oh, okay. And you said we're not feeling fatigued at all?
You're
I
feeling
probably
pretty,
wouldn't.
You're starting to feel pretty fatigued.
I think I probably wouldn't, at least. Maybe everyone else, but well, if you wouldn't mind, I think at least I would want some kind of place to be able to just rest.
I think we could all use a rest.
Does she provide some kind of bedding?
Yeah, She
Are we
directs you to
still?
to the runes being the basement.
This is the same room that we were in
Yep.
before. Okay.
Perhaps we can wait to talk more in the morning, or
There's also the injured donkey.
Nah, he's just chilling. Maybe he talks too. Who knows?
at this rate, most likely.
He's just chewing on some carrots.
I'm gonna go up to this donkey and be like, and I'm pointing like, what is this thing?
Apparently, our fault. I'm gonna go kneel down next to him and see if I can look him in the eye if he will make eye contact with me.
He makes eye contact with you.
Do you talk?
It blinks. It makes donkey
Meh.
noises.
Well, maybe that's one normal animal at least.
I'm well,
Donkey
you
shakes
got
his head.
you guys can all prepare yourselves for whatever rest you want. I'm gonna go outside and maybe do some prayers. You said it was like past evening now?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can do whatever you want. I'm gonna go outside and pray, and then I'll walk outside and do pretty much just that. Doing some not rituals, but just stuff. Kind of these almost dances with my weapon. I'm kind of trying to be as secluded as possible, and just pray to Saloon.
Well, Magda will direct you to the roof balcony.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it up there. And kind of in my prayers, I guess I'll kind of be asking for news on my sister to Saloon.
Cool.
I'll do that for probably an hour, and then actually go back to bed.
I think just to wrap up the day for something that Braden wants to do, I assume we were able to get some lodgings in a room.
Yes.
I think we're back in the basement where we woke up in.
Yeah, I think just like before going to bed, Braden's going to take a seat at the end of the bed, and he's going to kind of look for like a candle, or might pull out a candle from his pack or something similar to that, and he's going to kind of sit cross-legged on the sheets, and he's going to kind of pause for a moment, and he's going to like stare at the candle, and for a second it looks like he goes to kind of open his mouth, and he stops, and he kind of hums something. It sounds like a tune or a song, not some random humming, some meaning to it, and he kind of begins to say and whisper like what sounds to be like some kind of chant, or could be a prayer. It sounds more like a opening to a song, and he kind of gets 2 or 3 words in, and he kind of stops, and he kind of takes a half breath and kind of shakes his head and blows out the candle, and then he goes to bed.
Noah would have looked back at the bunk he woke up in and trudged over, slumped down, laid on his side, and then, as Raiden does his little ritual singing chant, probably just kind of watched for the moments he did that, and then at the end would have flipped to his other side to stare at the wall and been quiet from that point on.
I'm just gonna kind of look at the ceiling and replay the things that the voice has said, and kind of sit there in dread of hearing it again before the lights go out, and then hopefully be able to sleep.
Right? Is that where it seems like we're looking to maybe wrap up for today?
Sounds about good. What did you guys think?
Good.
Very
Dude, I'm-
good.
It's
Still
RP
don't know what's
centric right now,
happening,
but I'm
but-
loving it.
I'm really enjoying it.
All right, what should we name the session?
Mm,
The first sand.
Whispers
Whispers
in
is
the
good as
dark.
well. Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
All right. So what was your guys' favorite part?
Braden freaking out. Honestly.
Yeah, I would actually say the same.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
very
like
good.
Bull got pulled into a whole nother call, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Oh shit. Shit's going down.
Hell
Yeah, shit's going down all right. I think mine was a combination of the chitter chatter on the other call and what followed, but otherwise I always liked having a bit of a conversation with the other, talking to
Yeah,
some
I
of the
liked
players and
actually
some questions.
kind of
Yeah,
getting to know everyone else.
I think that entire kind of back segment was definitely my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of hard to
Meanwhile,
pinpoint
Zero
a
was
particular
like fucking quarantining everyone else.
one.
What do you mean?
You're just like you're being super cautious,
I mean,
closing the
Yeah.
window.
I don't want anybody fucking listening to us. It's wrong. Something's fucked up. I don't trust anybody. Fuck that gnome.
The
He's
gnome's name is
shady.
Fizzlebang, by the way.
I know. I wrote it down. I don't care. I did. It's in my notes. I can show you.
Love it.
What are your thoughts on Fizzlebang?
What do you fucking think?
Probably nothing positive.
No.
Definitely a little shit.
He helped
Theo,
you out.
everyone's
He gave you
opinion.
a
He
teleport
did.
scroll.
He did help us out, but he's
did.
following us around invisible, trying to get
Yeah.
into the room, and the bear doesn't trust him, and I trust the bear. So
Listen, you ask this question every time Fizzlebang gets introduced, and the answer never changes.
I know. They never trust him, dude.
he seems
And he was
untrustworthy.
honestly low-key helpful this time.
He was. He actually did
This
help
time.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, but they didn't get a flask of infinite alcohol, so how helpful could he have been?
Whoa. We got cheated. What the?
Hold
Where's this flask at? What the fuck? Cough up,
Or
cough up.
certain flyers there, huh? Well.
Dude.
Listen, the flyers aren't
Ugh.
important.
So, I guess the continuation to that question, good old Living Well, or whatever you prefer to go by, and Theo as well. What were your two favorite parts?
When she's describing the bear's toe beans.
Gets the fuck out.
Kind of real.
Priorities.
Amen.
Sorry, what were you saying, Thea?
She's like describing the bear paws.
Oh yes, the toe beans.
Yeah.
I like how every time an animal does anything even remotely cute, we hear a "oh" without fail.
That's like
Some things
50%
never change,
character,
huh?
50% me.
Mad respect.
I do love the bear. I was told about the bear, and I was like, I need this immediately.
I noticed like that whole scenario, Zorilla was the only one who was like reluctantly trying to prevent it.
Prevent what?
You were like, can I like stop this? But you were like super reluctant to say that. You're like, my character wouldn't like it, but I am for this. When he fishing poled the bear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I didn't want him to fuck with it because I wanted to figure it out myself, but also I wanted the bear out, so that's cool. I'm gonna share a bear picture now. There we go.
Oh, is
There's
this
a
the bear?
No, that's
Yes.
not the bear. It's just a bear.
Oh, okay.
Or
Can I pet you
I
without
love him. Look
dying?
at his fuzzy little ears. That's near my parents' house a couple months ago.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bears
He
have
looks
no idea
very
as gay as they
cuddly.
are.
It's like you know the picture of the cat doing the little step past the door. That's what that
Mhm.
that is to me.
I had my Claire's run into a bear yesterday, and I just said like he was like chilling, and one of them has like a kind of like moth familiar, and they sent it to the bear, and the bear like I described it as he chased it like a cat kind of thing, and like tried
Oh,
pawing at it, and I was so like
I
when he
love
said
it.
the bear was like scratching up against the cardboard, I was like, or the polar bear was scratching up against the cardboard, I was like, or not the cardboard, the whatever it was called, the furniture. I was like, oh, my bear did the same thing yesterday.
Aw.
And they can't be that deadly. Look at how pettable they are.
Yeah, that's how I tried to present it to my players, and then they were gonna get in combat, but they just walked around it. They were really safe.
All right. So,
Oh.
thank you so much for listening. Have an awesome day.